Tonight, we bring you this week's flight sim news, an A-6 Intruder, the Supermarine Seafire, and an update for Taogs Hangar Huey. Did I mention they'd released an Ireland update? Ah, Jesus! Hello? Hello. Everybody, happy Wednesday. You're very welcome to the middle of the week, the hump day, the midweek shuffle. It's time for the news, man. And Jesus, there's news happening, right? So, the Microsoft Flight Sim dev team stream was on, right? And there was some information, and there was some stuff and other things. My alerts are still broken. I don't know what's wrong with them. But anyway, huge news. And well, we're going to catch up on all of that, as well as bringing you up to date with all the headlines making their way around our beloved flight simulators this week. We also check out a new A6 Intruder, the Grumman Intruder. That's from Deimos. And a Supermarine Spitfire. No, a Supermarine Seafire. Yes, see, they changed it a little bit. And then we're going to check out the new update from Taogs Hangar. The Huey receives a substantial update here as well. But the biggest news we're going to start off with, lads. If you're Irish, Ara, come into the parlour. Right, I mean, this is great news. There's a brand new Ireland and UK update on the way. It's going to focus on Ireland. It's going to focus on the north of Ireland a little bit, Scotland, Wales, and England. And I have to say, me hat is off to them, because it looks like they have a lot of decent stuff for Ireland. In particular, they showcase some photogrammetry for Dublin. For Cork, also at Cork Airport, the Cliffs of Moher, no one can pronounce, the Cliffs of Moher, right, the big cliffs, they're after getting modelled, and an absolute ton of POIs as well. Very, very exciting, and they talked about the mesh and all the sort of jazz as well. This is great. I mean, this should have been there yonks ago. The third world update in the sim featured that of the UK and Ireland yes, it has a couple of POIs, but that's all they had back then. Now, though, it seems to be quite a bit different, do you know? So it's great news. There's no pictures or anything up yet. We might be able to bring back up the stream and have a look at it, because Jesus, right? Exciting stuff, right? And what else? Other aircraft stuff on the way. A lot of questions about Flight Sim 2024. You know, one kind of bittersweet moment. We'll talk about that shortly. It's to do with the multiplayer. But apart from that, it's been a relatively quiet week, would you believe it, in our world of flight sim. You know, it's feast or famine. It was absolutely all guns blazing with the MD-11 and the 777, and since then it's calmed it down. But it gives us the chance to go back and have a look at, well, other aircraft that have been released, right? And one of them, it's on the screen here beside me. It features that of a Grumman A6 Intruder. And, well, we'll be checking it out because I'm sure you saw it on the marketplace and you're probably thinking, right? And then also the, what were they called again? The Supermarine Seafire. Yes, dear. She's straight in. I left the window open in the bathroom because I had a shower and I had to let all the steam out. Come here! They're bringing out a new Irish update. That's not important. Did you not hear me? Don't mind the cat. The cat can go out and play in traffic. An Irish update.
She's afraid of birds.
She is afraid of birds. Like us all. What? Who? I didn't say anything there. That was echo. It was echo in the sound. It's an Irish update. They have photogrammetry for Dublin, for Cork, right? Cork Airport. Something in my throat. Cork Airport. Who pressed that? The Cliffs of Moher. The Cliffs of Moher. My on-screen alerts are shagged, but they can work them all right. The Cliffs of Moher and a whole load of POIs. Very fancy. If looks could kill. I'm over here now. Jesus. My on-screen alerts aren't working. Why? Hang on a second. Why are they shagged? Hang on, lads. Surely now, if I... Hang on now, lads. User, that, and that. Yeah, so why isn't it working? What if I press this button? Jesus.
Ted, come on. You're going a bit mad there.
They're kind of working, but they're not working on the other gadgets. That's very annoying. But anyway, we won't dwell on it too long. I need to fix them. But in the meantime, lads, lots of news coming from the dev update tonight. It was relatively short, and there was a lot of stuff on it that they couldn't really talk about, which I thought was interesting. Where's Gibber when you need... Listen, that was broken the other day and I fixed it, but I broke something else now. So I say, right, progress. We call it progress. But anyway, who's here on this mad Wednesday? Airlock Doc has rambled in. Good evening to you, my dude. Mass giraffe migration. Did you see all the giraffes? Right now, how do we actually pronounce that? Would it be giraffes or giraffe? You know, it's a murder of giraffe. Wait, what? But anyway, good to see you. Who else is here? Super Typhon is in the house. Tarnished Mossman, happy hump day. Fierce Wolf is here, looking fierce and wolfy. Toto, 24.95 is in the house. Lights are flashing. Gaseous Maximus, good to see you. Willow, how much? Welcome in. Vacuum is here in the chat as well. Very happy Wednesday. Night Zepp is in the house. Airlock says, in case you were wondering, the part that Murph heard was his back as he jumped out of his seat with the New World update. And fairly accurate. I was looking at it and I said to myself, jeez, right, do you know, brilliant news. Liptorius, good evening to you, my dude. Where are we at now? Mrs. Frosty, you're very welcome in. Sir Campsalot, evening all, and hello from the Peanut Gallery. Huh? You're welcome in. Now, we're over here, look. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well, my dude. Viper Strike is in the house. You're very welcome aboard. Who else is here? Helric, welcome in. Spitfire, REF 100 is here in the chat. Very happy Wednesday. Sun Jammer is here. Good to see you. See you later. Subscribing with Prime for 36 months, my dude. Thank you very, very much indeed. Extreme generosity, and I thank you. Assidious says, good evening. I just finished a game of Monopoly with the kids. It's the YouTube version of Monopoly, but where the streets have no name. That's actually very good. I'm going to use that. Welcome in, Assidious. Eamon, 1973 is here. All right, Murphy, he says, do your thing. Kozaki Flyer, you're very welcome in. Huge news, lads. We get to explore Ireland from all new, well, ways, right?
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
You see, they're working. I don't know. Who's in charge? Hemmingbird is here. Good to see you. I've spent most of today trying to avoid my chiropractor. I owe him a lot of back payments.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Ah, Jesus. Good to see you, Hemmingbird. PH Roy is here. Very good evening to you. Damn it, Jim. He says, how are you, Murph? I've got some sad news. Oh, Jesus. I broke up with my girlfriend, Lorraine, because I was seeing another girl named Claire Lee. But the good news is I can see Claire Lee now Lorraine is gone. That's a great song though, isn't it? That's very good. Echo Charlie, good to see you. Zyth is in the house. Sunjammer says, there's nothing wrong with your monitor. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it into a whisper. We can reduce the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. We will control the horizontal We will control the vertical. For the next few hours, sit quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to experience the Skoda Zone. Jesus, I like that, Sunjay. I need that in a t-shirt. I'll get me car tattooed. DeBlaze, good to see you. Ozzy Mandius, you're very welcome aboard. Proby Pete is here. He says, hello all, listening while flying a FireFly Air flight from Bangkok to Hong Kong. Nice. Voicey, Medudes. Good to see you, Voicey. You're welcome in. Strap21 is here. Bill Barrett, hey Bill. B. Carlo, good to see you. Dougal McTavish, the chairman, has rumbled in saying, I am saddened to hear that 2020 and 2024 cannot share multiplayer servers. We heard that tonight from Martial. We'll chat about it now in a moment. It kind of makes sense. Do you know what I mean? But we'll have a chat about it. All is not lost, Dougal. All is not lost. Soaring AJ, tier 3 for 42 months. Jesus, thank you very, very much indeed, Soaring AJ. That is insane support. Insane support. Thank you very, very much indeed. Waylon Chutani, good to see you. Zybok Duck calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. I hope you're keeping very well. Canoe Head 2 is here. Newsday. Rhymes with Booze Day. Coincidence? No judgment. AJH, man. It's great to see you. Ozzy Mandius has subscribed. 29 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Ozzy Mandius. Very kind of you, my guy. Hope you're keeping well. P.S. Mirandai. Hello there. You're very welcome in, man. Paparazzi is here. He says, good afternoon, Fireflies. Hope all is well. Was flying the Huey and the Hawaiian girl dances and it shakes like a blender on a Friday night. Yes. Awesome. Lead Ballooner, good to see you. This is the update we should have gotten first time round. Probably, yeah. But sure, listen, it's at least they're doing it, right? Mick Ham is here. Good evening. I hope you're keeping very well. Airwolf is here. I came in late and here there was information about Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Where was this shown? It was on the official Twitch channel of Microsoft Flight Sim. But yes, Low Viz, good to see you. What did I do now? I didn't do anything. Old Veteran. I blame Old Veteran. He came in and pressed the button. Brilliant. Good to see you, Scott. Hope all is well. M. Dark is here. Welcome aboard. Lee Dixon rambles in. Who else is here? Beware of the frying pan, says Dammit Jim. Yes, the flying frying pan. Yes. Right, now, Birds Eddie. Oh, yeah, Birds Eddie. Birds Eddie? Right, Richie? Do you ever watch Bottom, though? Wasn't it brilliant? Way ahead of its time. Briggsy Entertainment. Who is this sexy Irish person I can see? You're looking at your phone into a mirror. Briggsy, that's what it is. Jesus, the cat jumped because I moved my hand. Brilliant. Where's Gibbo when you need him? The poor old Gibbo has a mountain to climb. Gibbo, this isn't working. How do I fix it? Oh, Jesus. Krabby One is here. Good to see you. Is Murphy going to run with the Olympic torch in Paris? I'm wearing a t-shirt because it's positively roasting. Now, it's camouflaged, so you can only see my arms. It's positively roasting in my house. It's actually quite warm out. And I had to do a bit of tidying up out the back before I went on, you know. Multitasking, lads, multitasking. The man card has been stamped, approved, and I can continue on for another few minutes. But yes, I don't run. I don't like to run. I mean, why run? Really? Walk, or drive. It's always better. Dazza T. Arab, welcome in. Dazza, you're looking well. Muse Van is here. He bursts in the door with his nose. He says, evening, yous mad jokes, yous. Happy hump day. Good to see you, Muse. Hope you're well. Daz Higgy's in the house. To keep it Tom, welcome in. Scorpio 49 rambles in with a house coat and some polished nail varnish. He says, good evening, all. I cleared my computer cache the other day, and what a palaver logging into Twitch. Oh, Jesus, do you have an issue? All the cache was gone. I wish for a Brazil in World Update. They'll make one. Proby Pete says, in 1966, I was primarily attached to a carrier on Yankee Station off the coast of Vietnam, with one, if not the first combat deployment of the A-6 Intruder. It was a real workhorse of a plane, could withstand a lot of damage. Jesus, there you go now. Fantastic stuff. Now, let me see. Stick Figure, welcome in. Four Nax is here. Good to see you. B. Carlos says, will the Irish update include photogrammetry of Murphy Skoda in the shop? Tough crowd. Scorpio, subscribing for 41 months. No, you can't have a refund. Thank you very much indeed. That's insane support. Lee Dixon, 25 months. Thank you very much indeed. Jesus, Lance, the support of the channel is bananas. Right, now, where are we at? We're over here, look. Spice Bazaar, it's good to see you. Devil Fly is here, welcome in. Goblin Zeus, welcome aboard. Mr. Dan is in the house. Did you get any alerts, Dan? Yup, come on in and hear the missus. Had to do what I do best. Stir the pot, since you won't give her a new kitchen to put the pot in. That was a bit harsh, wasn't it? Oh yeah. Two-Tone Junior there. Now, let me see. We're over here. Mrs. Daza cleared my cache the other day. Now I have an empty wallet. Brilliant. Can we skip to the Canada Hub vote first? No. No. That's the great reveal, Viper. Jesus. I got some alerts. Oh, God, did you? Trits4, good to see you. You're welcome in. Trust Set Simulations is here on YouTube. Dibby G is here. Good to see you. Frankenstein. Steiny. Good to see you, man. You're very welcome aboard. Nutty Slack on YouTube as well. Welcome aboard. Who else is here? Jesus. Primo Victoria. You're very welcome in. Balush Gaming. Happy Wednesday. Ghost Squadron is here as well. And you're all very, very welcome to tonight's stream. Yes, it's going to be busy. Murphy pretty much paid for the Audi for the holiday. The Audi. I didn't get did I get an Audi? But it's all good. Mr. Dan, I'll sort these issues out. Right, I'm like a politician now. I'm aware of your issues and I promise you I'm going to attempt to look at them. Vote for Murphy. Brilliant, right? You're not going to fix it. We're just going to tell you we're going to look at it, right? But yes, SK Son, good to see you. Had a second interview yesterday, Murph. Come on, Daz, I was thinking of you, my dude. Murph, we need to discuss the giraffes with Crocs. That was 40,000 Crocs or 20,000 pairs. Jesus. Speaking of which, I got this in the mail today. Now, I haven't set it up yet. It's from Virpil. And it's the throttle gadget I've been wanting since, I was 7 years old. And does anyone have one of these? How do you work it? But yeah, I don't really do hardware review stuff. But for this now, I might have to make an exception. It sounds absolutely gorgeous, right? So it's the old version of their throttle. And, well, I say their old version. They haven't released anything else yet. And I'm kind of shocked by the size of it and the buttons and the sounds of the buttons.
Big 10-4, good buddy.
Listen to it. It's like Morse code for the Egypts. Bye. Ham. For your sandwiches. Right, brilliant. Dibby G has subscribed for 5 months. Thank you very much indeed. You absolute ledge.
Big 10-4, good buddy.
Jesus, it's all happening. Mechanical Madness just subscribed. Hey, Mechanical is here. Good to see you, man. Thank you very much indeed. 29 months. So yeah, it's the Virpil controls throttle, right? And I better not drop it. It is hefty, but it has 1 or 2 throttles, right? And it has the little, what are they called? It has like the rails in there so you can lock it into position like Airbus. You know what I mean? And then you have reverses up the front. Like, there's a whole load of, well, to be honest, I haven't a clue how to work it. But sure, listen, we'll figure it all out together, I'm sure. There's more buttons on this than a Swiss Army knife. It's absolutely mad. And in comparison to my normal equipment, which is the Thrustmaster stuff, D-Dense, that's the one, D-Dense. The Thrustmaster stuff, this is next level in the house. Because you have 5 different modes on the Devil as well, look. So, all I can say is, Jesus, right? That'll be the new throttle up and running. So, yeah, fingers crossed that works. But anyway, it's all busy. I'll play with that at some stage and get it set up. And then, do you know what I mean? He was trying a different thrust at the Expo. Wished you, will you? Jesus. Murphy soon. Yes, we'll check it out, Roy. We'll check all that out in a moment. Why was Murphy morsing... morsing dirty jokes? I wouldn't do a thing like that. Right, Queer, we need to go over to this screen now because we've loads to show you. Yeah, I'll just hang on there now. Oh, if you get an email off me about canned meat, don't open it. It's spam. Scott, I did go up to the Virpil stand, but I waited until everyone was gone. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, ooh, look at this. And then they said, sir, will you please leave that alone? We want to go home now. I was like, ooh. Unlike a politician, you'd actually sort them, right? That sure doesn't look like a new kitchen. Listen, Wished now, right? Do you know, it's all grand. Oh yeah, this coming Saturday, by the way, a reminder to those of you making the journey to Dublin, to Ballyochaclia, for the FireFly meetup of 2024, the European edition, because we did one in America already. We will be in the place in Rathfarnham, the pub, the Old Orchard, from 1900 local time, which is about 2000 Zulu. I'll probably be there beforehand. To be fair, myself and Gib are probably going to be there till, Friday night, Saturday morning. But do be sure to keep an eye on Discord. There's a good few of you making the way over. It's going to be a bit of crack. It's a catch up. Do you know, I'm going to wear a nice shirt and my clogs. No, Crocs. Jesus, clogs.
Good buddy.
And but that's what's happening on Saturday. And there will be the Devil's Refreshments in the House of Sin for those of you who partake. And we'll probably fire up a stream at some stage. Myself and Gibbo need to sing the second verse of Loving Feeling. We only got the first verse done 2 years ago. It's been 2 years, Jesus. So I'm looking forward to it. Murphy will be there early to ensure the quality of beer for all. Yes, I need to check the quality of the beer. And the platter as well. I'll see if I can flag down a flight from the Royal International Air Tattoo. They'd be streaming us live on the grandstands. I've rang the head. It'd be brilliant. Now let me see. Mrs. TPHI17 pressed a button and became a member. Thank you very, very much indeed. Very kind of you. Stephen Murray Photography and Travel. Good to see you, man. I saw you in Truck Sim Ireland mod. Does that work on Xbox or just PC? Just the PC, Stephen. Just the PC. Now, the good news is the Truck Sim doesn't need a very powerful PC, so you might get away with it. Do you know? But you're very all welcome in, and you're all looking well. And right, let's do the thing. Shall we do the thing? As Italian Yang fan jumps in. Right, look, over here now. And we're at the screen. Look. And I turn my microphone around. So here we are looking at the Grumman, the A6 Intruder. And it's from Deimos. Now, these guys have made a handful of different aircraft in the sim, right? What? Hang on. Seriously, what are you doing wearing Junior's t-shirt? Gibbo, I have this on very good authority. It doesn't really fit me anymore. I can't stand up. Well, I can stand up in it, but I can't lift my arms up. It shows off my stomach. Note I said stomach. Right, it's right, do you know? I like this t-shirt. Shag off. This is all. It's right. I might wear it out on Saturday night. It's camouflage. What are you talking about? You can't even see it, right? He's having a go at me t-shirt, right? He did that last year. Oh, wait, he does it all the time. Really? Is that what you're wearing? I said, what? What's wrong with it? Right? Stomach. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, Jesus. Oh, look, Jebison 2001, man, myth and legend, has rambled into the stream. You're very welcome aboard. Jebison, you stand up for me there, will you? You're taller than me and Gibbo put together. Gibbo slagging me clothes. The alternative is, Gibbo, there won't be any clothes, right? Do you know what? I'm just saying now. Kanzui, good to see you. Welcome in. The A6 was one of the best instrument bombing platforms that the Navy ever had. Jesus. I sat in one of these when the USS JFK came over in 1997, the year of the big wind. And do you know what I mean? Who's this now? Jesus. Jerry, very welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Now, let me see. Not at all, Stephen. You're more than welcome. Did Little Britain get their characters off Murph? What? Don't be stacking me t-shirts. My father worked on the radar systems for the A6 and F4 when he was in the Marine Corps. He said it was a very tough plane, echoing that of the other gent said in chat earlier. Jesus, Jim. Anyone watching the Royal International Air Tattoo arrivals today? Some epic machines. Ooh. Santi is here. Good to see you. Yesterday I received the FCU from Winwig. Spectacular recommendation or recommended device. Oh yeah, dude. That's awesome. Wait, now the FCU, is that the Airbus one? I can't. All these letters, right? Nice t-shirt. Does it come in men's? Hang on a second now, Lost Trucker. This here, I have it on good authority, is called, you mightn't be aware of it, Gibbo, Style, right? Style. Look at it. It's a t-shirt. I don't know what is a T because of the arms. Yeah. You'd be surprised. Do you know what? Any feckin' t-shirt I get, right? It is a real problem now. You mightn't think this, right? But I have relatively short legs, considering the size of me, right? I won't say I'm very tall, but I'm tall, right? But it's all torso, right? It's all the middle body, upper part, right? So them morphs are as big as they are sitting, then they are standing, right? So it means you shaved your arms. You're such a I can't use the words I want to use. I did not shave my arms. Jesus. Their blonde hairs give real blonde hairs, so the camera doesn't pick them up. This is terrible. This is supposed to be flight simulator news, not let's have a look at Murphy's fucking posterior and right. But yeah, every t-shirt I get, and you know, unless they're like the very expensive ones, they shrink. It's not me getting bigger. They shrink. I have it on good authority. It's not me getting bigger. They shrink, but they don't shrink in like in the tightness. No, they shrink in the length. Do you know? It's a real problem. It's a real problem. Anyway, let's move on. T because of the arms. Mine's a T because of the stains. He did not shave his arms. He used Nair. I'm not very tall, but I'm tall. What? Listen, shh, it's fine. Is there room on the back for all the X's? Come on, Sunjammer, that's how it's done. Hence the small hands. What? Arm hair lost when lighting the barbecue. That can happen. Does a Skoda chair go that far forwards? It's a tough crowd now tonight, lads, huh? There's been people here making allegations about me. And I just like to say to them now, I know who them alligators are. Well, if Mrs. Two-Tone got the kitchen with the top of the range washer, your clothes wouldn't shrink. Ah, Jesus. Cyrus T is here. Come in quick. We're under savage pressure. 10 years, good to see you. I have the same build as you and struggle. The struggle is real. See. We talk about the real issues. What really affects... right, you know. Big, strong men. That's what happens if you're a big, strong man. Your t-shirts are too short, but it's real. But anyway, look at this stage. Look at this thing here now. Look, here's a grand distraction. So the A6 Intruder, and I gotta say, lads, looking at it, it's one of the finer models I've seen in the sim. Exterior, it's beautiful. There's great attention to detail here. There's a lot of kind of texturing on the thing, which I like. Do you know what I mean? Now, it's in terms of what the aircraft is all about, well, it might be a little bit hollow in terms of the realism of systems and whatever else, but for kind of taking it out for an old jaunt, well, it looks very, very nice. It looks beautiful. And it comes with a ton of liveries, and there is an armaments mod you can grab from flightsim.to, because the aircraft, I believe it's only sold exclusively through the marketplace, but there is a third-party mod that you can pop on some visual weapons, right? So it's available from the in-sim marketplace. It's around $20, $25, give or take. And it's a very, very interesting aircraft. And it has a lot of legacy behind it. This was a very, very successful aircraft. And it was primarily used by the US Navy. The US Air Force used them as well. They were carrier based. So they have they've everything they need for aircraft carrier operations. And, you know, it was used out of a couple of airfields as well. This livery in particular has belonged to that of the USS Independence, I think it is, or is it the Enterprise? The Independence. And doesn't it look very fancy with the detailing? Look at the cut of it. Look. I'll get in good and close, look. It's savage. Single pilot operation, yes, and it's a two-seater. Any of you guys who know the famous Jet Provost, do you remember those? Very similar to that in terms of the cockpit layout. Very, very similar. But yeah, look, a beautiful rendition on the outside. So we're going to be taking this for a jaunt shortly once we get through all the news, right? So let me see here now. It was used by the guy and the other guy in the flight of the Intruder. Yeah, that's the one. Top shelf issues indeed. It's a dad bod. You paid a lot of money for it. Lee, that's exactly it. I invested a lot of time and money. Flight of the Intruder is a great film. Jesus, lads, I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I've seen that. Do you know? But anyway, let us get started with the news because, well, lads, look, there's quite a bit of news. We'll pause the sim here in the background. And, well, I say there's quite a bit of news. There's a little bit of news. We'll bring this over here for the moment. And a big shout out to all the sources of our news. We have msfsaddons.com. Hello to, well, the insanely talented. We'll keep saying this now. The insanely talented Vashko from msfsaddons.com. He's a one-man band and he puts all this together. We also have news here from FS Elite, to Callum and all the lads, to Threshold. Well done to all the lads. Again, like, they're very quick off the mark to get all the news where we need it. And of course, over to Sergio Costa of Helisimmer. But I didn't find anything just there yet. But there might be stuff there in a minute. But anyway, lads, the news before we get going with the news. And it was that of what was spoken about tonight on the official dev stream. Gary Duggan, good to see you. So Microsoft had mentioned that the Boeing 707 has been delayed. They wanted to release it for the 4th of July. Didn't happen because, well, they're not terribly... let's rephrase that. They said the aircraft isn't ready. And they've given it back to Airplane Heaven to get it ready. And the words of Jorg was, we weren't going to say get it ready in 2 weeks or else. Like, that's going to put people under silly pressure. So it'll be ready when it's ready. Which is, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm a little bit kind of skeptical when it comes to a Boeing 707 from Airplane Heaven. I haven't seen any of their modern aircraft before. And when it comes to their current fleet, the vast majority are very good, but there are issues when it comes to multiplayer. Multiplayer just doesn't seem to be on the radar when it comes to some of the kind of quality control things, which is understandable. But I think, we're talking about a flight sim, a modern flight sim, Microsoft flight sim. What makes this stand out from the rest is the multiplayer aspect of it, I think, on top of next-gen graphics and all the jazz, right? But as we talk about multiplayer, well... they were asking about model matching. They were asking about, can we see more than 5 or 6 different aircraft? And Seb and Martial went on to say, well, listen, it's to do with a memory limitation. Now, again, this goes back to Xbox, and this makes total sense. Think about it. Multiplayer was relatively okay prior to Sim Update 5. I know because, well, we had the lads, the Thunderflies, were doing air show after air show, and all of our group flights. We had a ton of group flights prior to Sim Update 5. Sim Update 5 made the sim compatible with Xbox, and it was from there we saw a massive degradation of the multiplayer experience. Aircraft disappearing, the model matching went out the window, it just wasn't as good, right? And well, today we have a little bit more information. Yeah, it's to do with a memory limit. Well, that makes total sense. But then they didn't answer my other question, because, like, if developers, like, a prerequisite, this is how you fix it, lads, right? Anyone at a sober Microsoft, if you're tuned in, I'll just tell you how to fix it. Granted, I'm terribly naive in my solution, but hear me out. If you make it, a necessity, a requirement to releasing an add-on within the Microsoft Flight Sim environment, they must also create a low poly, low resolution multiplayer version of the aircraft that will include a proper sound file and the aircraft, the physical space of the aircraft, with perhaps multiple LODs. It shouldn't be too difficult. Pull out the systems, pull out all that jazz. We've seen DC Design, I think it was DC Designs, I'm almost certain it was DC Designs. He released a low resolution aircraft for free, meaning that you didn't have to buy his aircraft in order to be able to see it in the sim. Now, we can all argue this and say, Microsoft, can you ensure this happens? They probably have their hands busy enough. So do we now need to petition, that's the word, do we need to petition all the third-party developers and say, hey, lads, can you please start doing this? I think the biggest risk or fear they had was, well, if someone gets that low-res version, can they copy the thing and go off and release it? I don't know how you get around that. But certainly, if it's to do with memory limitation, currently the sim has to load in the other aircraft. To what degree, I don't know, but it's loading in that aircraft. If there was a very low resolution, just like what we have with, like, the blue, what were they called? The blue sky models, or, the VATSIM model mats and stuff, FSLTL, all that jazz. Just Flight have a fleet. Can we not just load them in instead? AIG, yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? So there has to be something there. And I also know third-party developers, or any developer, it's how they name the aircraft type. The aircraft ICAO is essential for rendering the correct aircraft. And the biggest problem that I've seen, looking at all the files of, I've pretty much every airplane available in the sim, and stuff that isn't available yet. I have them all, right? Every single file, without fail, when it comes to deliveries, they leave that blank. Why? The sim is looking at the aircraft, it's doing a call up to say, who are you and what are you? And where are you? Well, you're there, you're one of them, but I don't know what jacket you're wearing. So I'll just pop up a default model. Jorg did say this evening that they've added in a ton of new models, which is great news. Instead of you're in a helicopter and up comes, a flying Bonanza, no, they're going to add in a lot more models. That's kind of fixes the problem, but only kind of. Now, staying with multiplayer, then the question came in, hey, can we operate in a multiplayer environment if player A is on Flight Sim 2020 and player B is on Flight Sim 2024, i.e., is the multiplayer environment shared? And the answer that came back was, it wasn't abrupt, it was just no. That will not work, and that won't be the case. So if you have Flight Sim 2020 and you're going to hang on to it, and you want to fly with someone in Flight Sim 2024, it's not going to happen. Technically, we are all aware of an add-on called JoinFS. JoinFS is a freeware add-on you pick up for the PC, and that will inject aircraft from other platforms and appear them into your sim. For example, if we're flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator, we can actually import aircraft that are flying on P3D or on X-Plane, or even on Flight Sim 2004 or Flight Sim X. We can inject those into our environment, and vice versa, right? So if you're in Flight Sim 2024, well, then the idea being is if someone's on Flight Sim 2020, well, then technically you can. So if Microsoft and Asobo aren't doing it because they got to keep things tight, and, you know, it makes sense when it comes to the memory limits, right? Because they're talking about, no, there's a memory limit there, and this only comes from Xbox, right? Well, then JoinFS looks to be the only solution in town. Or, of course, if someone else designs JoinFS, that'll do the same thing, right? Please, someone do one of those. Here's looking at you, Parallel 42. That's a great idea. You can call it the Murph thing, right? But so if someone else made an alternative to JoinFS, because again, but it's free, so I don't know. Like, it's very hard to demand things from people who are making freeware. If it was payware, hey, there's a demand for it. Do you know what I mean? Very difficult. Gibbo says, don't know if that solution would work. Interesting. Let's say you bought the F-15 and I didn't. I'd have to remember to download the low poly version to see you. The problem multiplies that way. Instead, Microsoft could centrally host and stream from the cloud any low poly versions from a dev. Yes, that would be the way it would work. Yeah, 100% Gibbo. So, okay. There's a janky solution. So a community would say, right, lads, these are the aircraft we have, and you'll download the community multiplayer pack. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Of course it is. If Microsoft and Asobo, if they made it a prerequisite for third-party aircraft developers, when they release an aircraft on the marketplace, it must include the low poly version, and then Microsoft can stream that to you, that will work. But I don't know the inner workings of it. In theory, it sounds like it could work. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, you're 100% right. I don't know, lads. I just, like, it makes sense not having compatibility between both platforms. You play last year's FIFA versus this year's FIFA, they're not gonna work well together, right? If you think of other games, right? Forza's, Call of Duty's, think of all the major games. The engines are different. There could be different security updates. I don't know. Private servers would fix all of this, and JoinFS offers you a private server. It has its own issues, but that's what it has, right? So Musefan says, that's disappointing, but if it comes at the cost of giving us a stable multiplayer environment, I'm okay with that. Well, yeah. I mean, look, it's all going to depend in the weeks and months after the release of where the sim is at. Because from what I've seen so far, from the hype behind it, and again, look, there is a lot of hype, but from what I can see, what's coming down the tracks with Flight Sim 2024, I honestly, and like, I'll probably eat my own hat here, but like, there's nothing remaining in Flight Sim 2020 that's going to keep me on that platform. I want to spend my time in Flight Sim 2024. And if I know that my add-ons are going to work or work thereabouts, I'm going to be happy enough with that. Do you know what I mean? But it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. So we're all concerned about whether our existing aircraft will work in 2024. Now we find we're screwed for community flying. So we have to have Flight Sim 2024. Tritz, I agree, but like, let's be honest. Is everyone... It's a very hard question, and I suppose it's very hard to answer. What do you do? Like, who here is like categorically not going to go for Flight Sim 2024? Or who's going to be waiting, yeah, let's give it a couple of months and see how it happens? Or who is going to jump at it straight away and say, no, this is it, we're going with it. Game Pass to see what you're missing. It's going to be on Game Pass. And it was announced tonight, and now they're using this sort of vocabulary, the standard edition. So we know there's going to be a deluxe or a premium deluxe or a something. We know there's going to be a something. So the standard edition is going to include X, Y, and Z, and then there's going to be other versions of the sim beyond that. That's interesting, right? Yeah, it's interesting to see your comments there. A lot of folks are saying straight in. They're just going to go with 2024. And some are saying they might hang on. But Game Pass is definitely the option. Game Pass is the option. For the sake of a tenner or whatever for a month, you know what I mean? If you don't use Game Pass, that's your way to get that sim up and running, you know? But when the question was asked, can multiplayer work on 2020 and work in 2024? The answer, categorically, no. It won't work. However, there's a way around it with something like a Join FS. But it's a very interesting question. Now, the other thing, of course, we saw was the next world update. The next world update is that of Ireland and the UK. This is huge news because Ireland, for the first time, is going to have some photogrammetry. They're going to include Dublin and Cork. They're also including Cork Airport. I really wish they would have put Dublin Airport in there, but however, we'll carry on what we have. They've put in a couple of other sites. The Cliffs of Moher are there, and they also have included a ton of POIs, not to mention all the new mesh, all the terrain data. Super cool. They've included parts of Northern Ireland. He didn't manage to get Belfast photogrammetry. That'll come later. They've also included the Isle of Man, I think it was, or the Isle of Wight. I can't remember. One of the islands anyway. Scotland is there, as is Wales, and also in England as well, with a brand new London, which is exciting. Very, very exciting. Most of my flying is done with Murph and other streamers, so if streamers are jumping straight to 2024, then so will I. Yeah. Mongo, I'm waiting a year. I too jump in, but recently retired and tightened up budget now. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll pre-order 2024 as soon as I can, says Crazy Core. Yeah. Price of Game Pass is going up, just FYI, in a lot of regions in the next week or two. Oh, Jesus. I need to check in on that, Gibbo. Is it much, I wonder? Airlock says, I dumped Game Pass last month to save some bucks for buying 2024. I own 2020, so it makes sense. Well, put it this way, right? Flight Sim 2020 cost me, I think it was 120 or 130 euro from day one, right? That was the price of it. And I said to myself, Game Pass at the time was something ridiculous. It was €1 a month for the first 6 months, and then it went to like €9 or 10. So I was thinking, okay, so in a year I can get a full year's flying, and you know what I mean? I'm still on Game Pass, and outside of Forza or something else, I don't use Game Pass. I just have it for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And the reason for that is, well, the next rendition, what will I do? Will I go the Steam avenue, or will I? You're going to have a headache with add-ons, right? As in stuff working. So I don't know. Mr. Anderson says, love Flight Sim 2020. Cannot wait to get 2024. And I'm genuinely hoping the multiplayer and model matching are vastly improved. Me too, man. Hey, Josh is here. I'll never get Flight Sim on Game Pass. I will always outright buy it. Most likely on Steam. Yeah, it makes sense. Steam always had a more stable configuration, if you like. I don't know what it was. The only issue is add-ons you purchase within Steam will only work within the Steam environment. You know what I mean? 2024 will make everyone update their PC, though. I don't know, Briggsy. They're going to do it anyway. I mean, prior to Flight Sim 2020 coming out, I upgraded my PC. And since Flight Sim 2020 has been out, my PC has been updated 3 times. And granted, the current rig is that's all sponsored and endorsed by GG Machines, and that's an amazing thing to have. It's an amazing thing, but they do amazing things when it comes to building computers. It's not off the shelf. It's a custom built machine, and that's what I like about them. And I've never had an issue. All of my games are on Steam. There's no point me buying one game in the Microsoft Store. I get that. Game Pass is only increasing for new customers. It'll remain the same. However, if you cancel Game Pass and sign up again, you will be affected by it. Only if you use auto renewal. Look, at the end of the day, Game Pass, if you're going to be playing other games, if you have time in your life for gaming, Game Pass is an absolute no-brainer. Their catalogue of games is friggin' huge, and there are a number of brand new games have a day one release onto Game Pass. It's a no-brainer, lads. It's a no-brainer. How much is a game these days? 70, 80 bucks? You buy 10 of those in a year? Come on. This is a no-brainer. but it is a subscription service. You know what I mean? So there's all that to think about. Price hikes were inevitable. Jesus, Gibbo, come on yourself. I'll have a read through that. But yeah, it's interesting stuff. So anyway, getting back to the sim news, we're going to see that in about 5 weeks. There wasn't a date on it, but I did hear York say that'll be it. Did you say 5 days or 5 weeks?
Good buddy.
Christ, that was loud. Who's this now? Self-hosted ham, thank you very much. World Update 17 or 18? That's the Irish one, and the UK as well. I don't know, did they say 5 days or 5 weeks? 4 weeks. All right, okay. Thank you, Super Ty. Now, they also mentioned a new local legend. And it's from Innie Bills. They're waiting on a license. The aircraft is ready. It looks great. But they can't officially say what it is. However, there was a screenshot on the dev stream. And, you know, I'm looking at it. I identified that aircraft as a Gazelle. Now, can anyone confirm nor deny that? Because there was a picture in the gadget. It was on the stream. It was there. Didn't have any name, but there was a picture. I'm almost certain it's a Gazelle. Or maybe a BO105, but I'm almost certain it's a Gazelle. Lenny Brooks says, if 2024 is Xbox compatible, surely they will improve optimization for PCs. I don't know. This GDK thing, I mean, that's the thing that opens it up, you know? That'll put it on both consoles. Yeah, Addict Patrols, my alerts are shagged, man. I don't know what's wrong with them. Gemo, my alerts are broken. Can you help me, please? Actually, can I fix them over here? Just talk amongst yourselves there for a minute. Hang on now. Why aren't these working? Alerts, action cues, actions, right? So, wait now. What's this button do? It says options none. Are they enabled? So they say they're enabled, right? But if I do, what's this now? Source visibility toggle. So if I were to test that, yeah, they're not working. Jesus, I wonder what's wrong there. Integrations, Streamlabs. Hang on, lads, we'll try and fix it now. Where's this now? Integrations, Steam apps, platforms, Twitch, channel, account, settings, account. Let's log out and log back in again. Will we try that? Hang on now. Hang on. I'm going to log out as the broadcaster account. Let's see what happens here now. Right, this could be brilliant. Right, log in. Okay, I've now logged in and it should be connecting. Wait now, lads, wait now. Connecting your broadcaster account is a must. Okay. Right, it's thinking about it now. Event sub. Right, that looks to be good. So if I go back into actions and I do one of these now. Nothing. Jesus, lads, it's still not working. No idea what's wrong. No idea. OBS there, yes, and OBS there. That's very strange, isn't it? I'll figure this out later because I honestly don't know what's wrong. Everything's connected. It's telling me everything's working, but it's just not working. It's just not coming across. And everything's OBS source visibility. OBS source visibility. Yes. Alerts. Is it under alerts? Source explain big Egypt. Source explain big Egypt. I love the way I have all these names. So look at this big Egypt. Right? So some of them actually work, but they don't seem to be working here. So I don't know why that isn't working. Huh. Source explain big Egypt. Source. Hang on now. No, not working. Commands. Egypt. Yeah, very strange, lads, isn't it? I've no idea what's not working, but I'll fix it. If I can migrate everything I own the sim, then it'll be a day one purchase. Yeah, technology is totally against me. Totally against me. No idea what's wrong, but I'll fix it later. Anyway, so that was the local legend. The next local legend is going to be that of a helicopter. And I think it looked like a Gazelle. They also mentioned another aircraft that he wanted to release. He wanted to release that aircraft for the Olympics. No luck with that either, right? Yeah, it's all borked up again. Bell, bro, good to see you, man. You're very welcome in. I'll fix all this later on. But anyway, that was kind of the gist of it, of the dev update we saw tonight from the MSFS official team. We had Jorg, Seb and Martial, and Jane was looking after us. And some pretty cool news, I have to say, in relation to the Irish and English update. That's super news. The multiplayer stuff, bit of a kind of a bittersweet. But anyway, let's see what happens. So we'll move on to our other news, and we're going to start off here with this one. Just Flight previewing the Navigraph charts integration in the upcoming RJ Professional. This is pretty cool because you can see that they're using annotations on it. Just Flight constantly delivering top-notch aircraft for the sim, from small GA aircraft to the classic analog airlines, definitely cementing their reputation as one of the premier developers on the platform. One of the most anticipated aircraft is that of the RJ Professional, the evolution of their acclaimed 146. The new edition aims to bring the robust RJ 70, 85 and 100 regional jets to life in unprecedented fidelity. It is the spiritual successor of the beloved BAE 146. Just Flight have been crafting every aspect of these aircraft, from the intricacies of the electrical flight instrument system to the nuanced sound and updated engines and the advanced autopilot systems, mirroring those found in the actual aircraft, including auto-throttle LNAV, VNAV and the auto-land capabilities. In the latest update, they're showcasing features that's going to be included in their EFB, and it's showing that of Navigraph's en route charts, because it stands out. Once the Just Flight RJ Professional becomes available, simmers will have access to 4 types of charts. They'll have the IF4 high and low, they'll have VF4 and the world map. The charts can be centered on the aircraft's position and move dynamically during the flight or be explored freely. There's also a nighttime mode available. For airport operations, the EFB will include improved airport charts that will now support Navigraph's recently added on-screen drawing capabilities, which indeed are very, very handy. So it means you can use your annotations on the EFB inside this sim. That's pretty cool. They've confirmed that the EFB improvements will be available upon release, and the company plans to integrate these features into their existing fleet as free updates. That's pretty cool. So yes, the RJ, we're really looking forward to that. The 146 is awesome. The RJ is the evolution of said aircraft. That's pretty cool. Now at Tecnam P2008, the JC is coming soon to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Developer Irasam have announced their upcoming release of the Tecnam. These guys also released the P2010 and the P92. For the Tecnam P2008, the developer is using detailed information from the official flight manual. The rendition of the aircraft is powered by a Rotax 912 S2, which dominates the small aircraft market. Couple that with a G2 two-bladed fixed-pitch propeller. Inside the virtual cockpit, simmers will find 2 Garmin G3X units, providing pilots with a PFD and an MFD. Additionally, several steam gauges from the Mark I variant will be included, offering a comprehensive set of instruments for flight operations. The developer has ensured that all switches, levers and knobs are fully functional and animated. There's some nice pictures here. There's the Tecnam. These are getting very, very popular because they're very cheap in comparison, right? And their running costs are considerably cheaper as well. What do you think of these? Weston has some of these in Dublin. They've made significant strides in the development. A beta version is expected to go under testing any day now. A final release date is not fixed, but the developer is targeting the end of September. So that'll be interesting to see when that gets released. A nice little general aviation aircraft. Now, this raised an eyebrow. Aerial simulations. They've announced a Boeing 707 for Microsoft Flight Sim. What? Aerial simulations, right? The team who brought us the F-117 Nighthawk back in 2022, which isn't a bad aircraft. Since then, they've been quite silent, especially in the last year, after the last update for the F-117, but now they have broken the silence with the announcement of their latest project for Microsoft Flight Sim. It's a Boeing 707. As revealed through their Discord server, Aerial Simulations have been quietly working on the iconic airliner for over a year. While still work in progress, they have released renders showing the current state of the model, along with some details about the project as a whole. Man, the 707 looks nice, doesn't it? The initial release will feature 2 variants, the 707-320 Advanced and the 707-320C. These models represent the later, improved versions of the aircraft, offering increased range and payload capacity. The Advance was a popular choice among airlines for passenger operations, while the versatile 320C provided a convertible configuration, allowing operators to swiftly transition between passenger and cargo layouts. The 707, first introduced in the 1950s, revolutionized air travel and played a crucial role in the ushering in of the jet age. By recreating these models in Flight Sim, Aerial Sim aims to offer virtual pilots an authentic experience of operating the historic aircraft. A lot of great detail here in these shots, look. Aerial Sim have hinted at plans to expand their 707 family within the sim. Future updates may include additional variants, potentially covering the diverse range of 707 models that serve both commercial and military operators throughout the aircraft's career. And there's a lot of detail here. I mean, look at those reversers, the wing, the leading edge. They're early renditions, sure, but they look nice. They look nice. I'm expecting this thing to be loud as well. Anyway, the 707, actually an aircraft that simmers could have their hands on right now. However, Airplane Heaven and Microsoft, they had to delay it, and they expect to release it hopefully in and around Sim Update 16. Back to the aerial simulation 707, the team have promised to share more information in the coming months. Timeline for release and details about system modelling and cockpit functionality have not yet been announced. So that's some jump, isn't it? An F-117 to like proper commercial airliner? What? Be interesting to see what they managed to code in. But they've been working on it for a year. They've kept the head down. So, well, let's see what they're going to do. Now, Pilot Experience Sim. They have a new update on their upcoming King Air C90. These guys brought out the mall and also a couple of airports, and they're working now on the King Air C90. It's like the baby King Air, right? It's still actively being developed by Pilot Experience Sim, recently provided a new update. Over the last few months, they've dedicated to ensuring the accuracy and realism of the cockpit. They have access to a real King Air C90 and collaboration with its pilots and technicians. I have to say, it looks really, really nice. I can't remember if I covered this last week, but sure, look, we'll go at it again. And I just realised, is my chat working? I think it is. Someone put something in the chat. Someone say hello or something. I could have been waffling here to myself for the last 5 minutes. I get like that, do you know? Let me know you're there. Oh, you got the ghost. Come on, you're still. Ah, you're all still here. Ah, brilliant. Ah, you're welcome back. Jesus, I didn't miss you at all. Right. And where was I? I was over here, look. Naturally, a G1000 cockpit introduced is an aircraft traditionally equipped with analog gauges. Simmers question whether an analog version will be included, because they're aiming for a G1000 version of the aircraft. It saves them a lot of time on the avionics, I suppose. Look at the pictures, though. It's looking kind of nice, this. Fly the King. It's a baby King, a C90. There was a C90 released in the sim before. Now, its natural evolution didn't get much attention from the developer, but it does feature the new working title updates, which doesn't make it a terrible aircraft. You know what I mean? But this is looking good. So a C90 is on the way. Now, Horizon Simulations. These lads are working on a massive update for the 787, right? We'll read about it here. They've shared a minor update with the 787. The post shared via Discord previews the revamped model that they're working on. The new images showcase the new accurate window and door sizing. There's a new APU door, new cargo bays, and also new cockpit display glass textures. They're also working on the new Gen X fan blades, new windshield textures, and work on a new cabin. Ooh. Look at some of the pictures here. It looks impressive, right? So the cabin, yeah, that's not too bad. Exterior textures, yes, looking nice. There's that little APU flap door there, look. But look at that. Look at the textures in here. They look fantastic, don't they? This is freeware, by the way. Now, you need to have the 787 installed, but yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Looking good here. They will have more to show, but don't want to spoil it for now. Horizon Simulations also confirmed that this work will be coming to the 787-8 and the 787-9 models in due course. So, anyone who likes flying the 787, the Horizon Simulations version, well, do know an update is on the way, which is pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Now, Flying Fries. I got to meet this guy, the developer, over in Flight Sim Expo. Lovely, lovely guy. Lord Freet. Lovely, lovely guy. But anyway, the Howard Hughes XF11 has been updated to 1.3 and it's been released. Central to the update are the new engine features that simmers can expect to enjoy. The developer has now implemented a full failure system based on engine stress, as well as engine performance improvements in situations such as reverse prop idle pitch, idle, and low altitude max speed. Mixture management has also been revamped, with pilots needing to take extra care to lean the engine for optimal performance and wear at higher speeds and altitudes. This is the guy who made the scrapyard, correct and right. The new engine features are not the only additions that have arrived in 1.3. Among the other features is the ability to drop tanks to now actually be dropped on those extra long range missions. Flap behaviour has been improved. The canopy covers are also coming, along with new static elements, perfect for getting screenshots of the aircraft parked on the ground. Two new liveries have also been added, these being the Cal Fire and the Otaku Gecko World Tour. Several fixes also come with the update, such as working landing light animations, visible pilot and co-pilot in multiplayer, and static elements no longer being visible in multiplayer. You can grab it over on flightsim.to or Orbex, and you can see the full change log. We flew this on the stream. This is a beautiful aircraft. Very, very interesting. Your man crashed this plane. If you ever watched the movie Aviator, I nearly said Avatar, Aviator, right? With your man who looks like me a bit. What's his name is? Leonardo, is that what they call him? But he crashes this, you know. But yeah, it's great to see, like, this developer started with the scrapyard, which is nuts, like it's pure bananas. But this thing is very, very nice. And when we know of some other projects he's working on a general aviation aircraft, which is going to be very, very nice indeed. So if you do have the Hughes XF11, well, there's an update, so do be sure to grab it. Now, Third Wind Simulations have announced is it Fieseler Storch? Third Wind Simulations, a new collaborative venture between veteran developer Nervegas and flight sim content creator Burstix. They have announced its first projects, the Fieseler FI 156 Storch. The announcement was made at the official forums and it previewed the current 3D model shown in Blender. Looks to be very much a bush-going aircraft. Burstix is heavily involved in the e-stall stuff and he streams quite a lot on Twitch. Do be sure to check him out. Care85 is here. Good to see it. It's your birthday today, isn't it? Welcome in. Howard Hughes, yeah, that's the one. Thanks for the spoiler. I won't need to watch it now. Mute away balls. Read a history book, will you? Anyway, you have to watch The Lord of the Rings before you do anything. On Saturday night when we're in the pub, you're going to get a Lord of the Rings quiz. You better answer them right. For every question you get wrong, you have to take a jug, a sup. This is going to be brilliant. Now, Boston Elf, good to see you. Greetings from Tipperary. 39 years youngish today. Ladies and gentlemen, please wish Care85 a very happy birthday. He's just rambled in here on his 39th birthday. Happy birthday, my dude. This is it. Look, it's terribly narrow. It's an interesting looking thing. And look, you know, you can get into the engine and all this. They're very early model previews, but I expect this to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So they're working together and working on it. The Storch was a liaison aircraft developed by the German Ministry of Aviation in the 1930s. The original aircraft was powered by an Argus V8 engine. It had a range of 210 nautical miles and a cruise speed of 81 knots. The Storch was retired by the German military, but it went on to serve with French forces up until the 1970s. Jesus, the 70s, right? It's looking very nice. So we'll keep an eye on it, and as I said, keep an eye on Burstix streams and, you know, ask him some questions. Hey, what are you doing with the thing? It looks nice. Terribly narrow, though. Do you know? Nutty Snack says, I do a great Elvish impersonation, me. Elvis. Elvish? Oh, Elvish. Jesus. I thought you said Elvis. Right, moving on. Thai models. They've released Cairo International Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim. Their recently rendition of Cairo Airport for the sim. It is the largest and busiest airport in Egypt, with nearly an average of 14 million passengers. It was built as John Payne Field Air Force Base during the Second World War, a major air transport command, air cargo and passenger hub for the Allied forces. After the end of the war, the Civil Aviation Authority took it over, using it for international civilian aviation and ultimately replacing the old Heliopolis Airport back in 1963. The first passenger terminal was inaugurated by President Gamal Abdel Nasser, we're getting there, and it was expanded over the following decades with the construction of a second hall in the late 70s and a third in the 1980s. Renovation work was carried out in the early 2000s to bring the airport up to modern standards and expand the departure hall. Terminal 2 was inaugurated in 1986 with 7 boarding gates serving European, Gulf and East Asian airlines. It closed in 2010 for renovation work, which took 2 years to complete. The newest terminal, Terminal 3, opened in 2004 after the administration realised the current structure wouldn't match the project's growth and neither of the terminals could be expanded any further. Twice as large as both terminals combined, it can handle 11 million passengers. Jesus. It's a hub for Egypt Air, Nile Air, Air Cairo, Air Arabia Egypt, Aegean, Aeroflot, Air Arabia, Air France, Austrian, British Airways, Emirates, Etihad, ITA, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi, Transavia, Turkish and Vueling. also serving it. That's nuts. Scenery features a accurate rendition of the airport, handmade PBR texturing, realistic lighting, custom ground textures, and up-to-date ground layout. It's on Sim Market. You can pick it up for roughly $23 and 160 gigs, 1.6 gigs. Can we have the president's name for those in the back? There's a video here I'm going to show you. Sure, we'll look at the video and see what it's all about, will we? So we'll do one of these with one of them, one of these with one of them, and one of these with one of them. And let's have a look and see what it's all about. I have to say, this looks nice, doesn't it? It looks very nice. There are tons of details. Definitely an airport you want to just kind of ramble around and go exploring in. It looks fantastic. We've been needing a fairly detailed Cairo though, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? I'm liking the looks of this. Awesome trailer video as well. Great work there by, who made it? Right now. Doesn't say, but they did a great job. They did a phenomenal job. But anyway, that's available now. You can pick it up over on simmarket.com and it's priced in and around $23 and it's about a 1.6 gig install. So great stuff from Threshold for bringing that story to us. Moving on, Clifford Designs. They've released Morea. It's over in French Polynesia, and I think that's not how you pronounce it. But anyway, Clifford Designs, they've been making some fantastic sceneries, right? Really, really highly detailed. Great for exploring in choppers. Great for exploring in boat planes, all that sort of jazz. And, well, this one looks incredible as well. Out in French Polynesia, we'll play this here briefly, just to give you an idea, right? I mean, the detail, static elements, Jaser runs in a bikini look. It's right, brilliant. And they're fantastic to go flying in because, well, there's attention to detail around every single corner on these sceneries. And it's great. I mean, a lot of the roads are modelled and you can get around to all the little kind of nooks and crannies all over the place. So they've just released it. I have to say, it looks very nice, doesn't it? Can we go there? Can we go on our holidays to French Polynesia? Look at the state of the mountains, look. Custom vegetation throughout. There's marinas, there's static elements, there's boats. Not to mention then a number of airstrips and so on and so on. And it looks to be highly detailed. It looks incredible, to be honest. It's a good old trailer, but like, look at the cut, look at the mountains and stuff. Like, Jesus, do you know? It looks phenomenal. So what do we get here now? They've all pools and different resorts and all the sort of jazz. Do you know? I think you'll have to get this. Oh, look at that. Picture postcard stuff, look. That's deadly. Looks really, really nice. So they've been busy. Morea, also known as Morea, it's a volcanic island located in the heart of French Polynesia, part of the Windward Islands in the Society Islands group. It lies just 17 kilometers north of Tahiti. And you can see from all the Jesus, all the screenshots here. This looks great. They spent more time creating the area by enhancing the coastal area with tropical vegetation, adding in human models, developing custom buildings with PBR. Expect to find Cook's Bay Hotel, Hotel Kavika, and recreations of Captain Tana Island, Motu Tiahura, and Motu Ahi. There's a wide range of areas to discover and explore thanks to the pack. You can pick this now up, a copy, over on Contrail for just $11.95. Right? Station removing objects, loads of hotels, just a ton of stuff there. Belvedere Lookout. It's pretty cool looking, isn't it? Really, really good. He did the Philippines some months ago. But like, look at the detail, like, do you know? We'll have to go exploring that in choppers. But anyway, moving on. Orbex have announced global trees for Microsoft Flight Simulator. A new product has appeared on Orbex's Coming Soon page, and it's called Global Trees HD for Microsoft Flight Sim. The new product will replace all standard vegetation with high-quality specimens within the simulator. The product page states that this will further enhance the experience within the simulator, with each biome designed to the standards of its unique vegetation. It also modifies biomes, making the areas more vibrant, diverse, and higher in quality. This could be huge. The grass, the trees, the different colours of trees. I mean, this could be huge, right? Some people were saying, isn't it not just what Rex does? I don't believe so, because I think they're using data for this. It was developed by Demetro, and the new add-on will allow users to easily change project data, change the vegetation season, and even replace the default grass. It's not clear when it will be released, but the fact that it's in the Coming Soon section indicates it won't be too long at all. It completely replaces all the default vegetation with high quality ones. It adds the ability to change the seasons, adds the ability to replace the default grass. There's 6 new types of grass. Biomes have also been reworked, and software is available for changing the veg season and grass type. What do you think of that, lads? Like, if they're adding in new species of trees, I don't know, this has the potential to be absolutely brilliant. Now, whether or not you get the weird kind of transition between what's there, what isn't there, remains to be seen. But it could be a nice alternative to Rex, and I like the way they changed the grass colours. Cost and impact on FPS? No idea. No idea. Your mileage, of course, will vary, but I'll pick this up to have a now look at it. It looks pretty nice. Do you know what I mean? It looks very, very nice. So that's coming out from Orbex. Passenger 2, version 2 has been announced. And the Advanced Passenger and Crew add-on update will be a free major overhaul of the current Passenger 2 add-on. The new features will include being able to lease and purchase new aircraft, new statistics, a new banking system, a new realistic approach to catering, new announcements, and a completely new user interface and graphics, along with much, much more. Passenger 2's interface works with the simulator to allow you to create, manage, and grow your airline, manage ground handling contracts, work with catering contracts, purchase and sell aircraft, and more. Passenger 2 also features realistic passenger and crew interaction, flight deck interactions, real seat maps, real airline sound packs, realistic announcements in several languages, with more being added. Random events from drunk passengers to oven fires, and there's also VR support. What? So you can see it here. It kind of simulates that of your passengers. Are they hungry? Are they thirsty? Do they need to go, to the jacks? Their anxiety is based on, your flying. Frustration based on your flying, and did you actually get out of there on time, or are you running late? You know what I mean? The Serious Cat, good to see you. Carlos, welcome in. You can wait 4 months. That's the thing, lads. It's very hard now to be like the Orbex stuff. Very hard sell, because you're saying, I'm going to get 4 months out of it. Not even. I'm going to get 3 months out of it. Wait, August, September, October, 4 months out of it, right? But yeah, passengers, it's similar to that of Pack X and what's the other one? Self-loading cargo. Is that the name of it? I think I have it. It's in here somewhere. Self-loading cargo, yeah. So it's all similar. They all do kind of roughly the same kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that update is coming soon. There's a ton of features, and yeah, be interesting to see when that comes out. Anyone who uses this, let me know. You can pick it up from their website, priced at £25.99. Now, next up, how do you pronounce this one? Is it Pyrigi? Pyrigi? Edinburgh 2 is going to be releasing next week. Now, London Controller was showcasing this, I think, today, and they've announced on the social media that the long-awaited Edinburgh International Airport version 2 is going to be released next week. The original Edinburgh International Airport, released back in 2021, it was an instant hit. But they've since been improving and, they returned to Edinburgh to rebuild the scenery up to its current standard and offer it as a brand new scenery. The development team has been previewing Edinburgh 2 for months, with every update showcasing all the details that go into their scenery building. These lads are like, seriously, it's coming out Friday? It's releasing on Friday? Sweet. Serious attention to detail. Like unbelievable. So we can see from some of the screenshots here, like it's incredible. So it looks like it's coming out on Friday. And I'm looking forward to this. As I said, I think Jamie was streaming it there earlier on today. This is pretty cool. 50% off on Friday, says Eamon. Really? Look at the lighting and stuff. Like, Jesus, it's incredible. You gotta love it, right? That's class looking. So yeah, Edinburgh, like it's a very close airport that we go flying to. And the ATC in Edinburgh on FlightSim, super nice, folks. Super nice. And it's a nice airport to fly in and out of. So good news. They reckon it's going to be out this Friday, according to our members here in the chat. Is there a cost to upgrade? I think it's a brand new product, Daz Higgy. But someone mentioned 50% off on Friday. Hey, Echo Tango is here. Good to see you. Yeah, lads, my alerts aren't working. I've an idea what's wrong with them, but I'll fix them later on off stream, though, because I don't want to bore you as I kind of pull up wires that aren't really there. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's great news. Cannot wait for that scenery. Simulations, well, they're back with new information. They're going to be working on Munster. And, developer Simulations shared some previews of their upcoming scenery of Echo Delta Delta Golf Munster Onsenbruck Airport. It's a small international airport located in the northwest of Germany and serving the cities of Munster and also Onsenbruck. It serves a number of European airlines, mostly seasonal destinations all over Europe. They didn't give away too much information yet, although we do get to see part of the charter building on one end of the airport, as well as a close-up shot of some of the older buildings at the airport. And it's starting to come up well. You have a Schenker building. Yes. Epic Lloyd. Simulations, they've been doing great work recently. What was the last one? It was over in Lithuania, I think. Very, very nice scenery. Jamie said it's 100% the best airport in the sim. There you go. That's Edinburgh. The new Edinburgh coming out. But anyway, Simulations sharing Munster. That looks pretty cool as well. Now, Anybills. I don't know if you guys saw it. Maybe you didn't. Anybills are launching a massive summer event. They've loads of deals going on at the moment. And pretty much all of their add-ons have been reduced in price. So they've kicked off the highly anticipated Summer Surprise event with an impressive lineup of global airport sceneries at unbeatable prices. The event, which began this Monday, July 15th, marks the start of a 2-week extravaganza filled with deals, reveals, and exclusive content for simmers. So Abu Dhabi, for example, $9.99, and a ton of other airports. You can pick them up for a tenner, including Los Angeles, Detroit, JFK, Heathrow, right? Some really good offerings there. So keep an eye out on all the summer surprises from Anybills. Fantastic stuff. Now, animated trains. Lads, can we get trains, please? Well, it's after taking a third-party developer to go off and make this. Now, a new add-on announced for Microsoft Flight Sim aims to bring the American railway system to life within the simulated world. Developed by Stephen Pierce, the creator of BT Studio, FS Trains USA will add animated trains traversing over 100,000 miles of tracks across the United States. FS Trains marks a departure from BT Studio, usual aircraft-focused projects, it's set to feature Amtrak passenger trains on all current Amtrak routes, as well as the Class 1 freight trains on the mainline tracks. A variety of locomotive and car types will be included, such as the intermodal well cars, box cars, hoppers, and even tank cars. Pierce claims that the add-on utilises low polygon models and efficient coding to minimise performance impact. There is no discernible impact on FPS, the developer stated. The train cars are low poly, simple boxes, and they are a static object type in the sim, and the code to drive the trains is very simple and fast, and it's written in C. The project aims to enhance the sim's immersion and realism, so you get to see it. And here's a map. Like, Jesus. There's a whole load of railway in America. So we're finally getting trains. A couple of screenshots here, look. It's a train, right? Choo choo, choo choo. But I have to say, like, when I'm flying an X-plane and you look down and you see a trains, it's a little bit immersion. It's amazing. Just, oh look, there's a train. It's amazing what a little train can do. Although America, you take the biscuit, because the trains you have, they go for miles. Miles. VR Flight Sim guy is here. Good to see him, dude. Lads, if you haven't already, get control of your life. Do ramble over to VR Flight Sim Guy's YouTube channel and everything VR in Flight Sim, amongst other things. Do be sure to hit the old like and subscribe. Great to see you, man. Would love to see trains in the UK scenery. It'll come soon, I'd say. Definitely. But yeah, look, I remember when we were in Houston and like you stop at a traffic light to allow the train go by, turn off the engine, you will be there for a while. It was nuts. But this looks pretty cool. And they're low poly. You don't have to get up close and personal to them. But they feature that of the Amtrak stuff, which is deadly. Pilot Peely, good to see you. Caesar is here as well. Welcome in. I don't know what the LOD would be like on these, but I think it's kind of cool, isn't it? It's a VFR pilot's dream getting to see this sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's awesome. So, do we have a price yet? No. Pierce has also expressed interest in expanding the concept for other regions in the future, with Europe most likely a next step. Now, these guys brought out a Kit Fox. They brought out the other King Air.
Allow myself to introduce
Myself. Thank you, Musefan. The Kit Fox, the King Air, and the J3C. Now, here's one for you. The Kit Fox breaks other add-ons. The King Air wasn't terribly good, and the J3, meh. So let's see what this one's going to do. No word of price or a release date from what I can see. But it's definitely interesting. We want trains. They seem to be getting trains. Animated trains. I mean, think of the fun you can have, right? I'll get a whistle. Anyway, over to DCS now. Orbex have updated their Cola map with a dynamic winter texture, right? Orbex are flat out as well. Depending on the mission date now inside DCS, winter textures will automatically be applied and loaded when you start your flight. In addition, the update includes the port of Kirkenes and enhancements along the Russian-Finland border. Further changes include corrected wind turbine placements, removal of orange trees, they increased the depth of the Polyarny Harbour, and optimising the map performance. It's an early access release, meaning Orbex intends on adding new content features in the near future. Let's have a quick look to see how it's all coming together. Because there was great hype to say, you know, Orbex are making stuff here in DCS, but we just don't know anything about it. Do you know what I mean? We'll get my mug out of the way here and we'll play a bit of tunage just to make it look kind of fancy. And because it's DCS, we'll have to play something a bit appropriate. Hang on there now, we find it. It's in here, look. Yes. No. Yes. Jeez. Now, staying with DCS, there's also I think it's still running, but you can actually pick up a lot of add-ons on DCS for free. You can trial them out over the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks. So anyone who's into DCS, well, there's exciting things definitely happening over there. So that's good news from Orbex. They're updating their Cola maps and they have dynamic winter textures. That's pretty cool, right? Now, Microsoft have announced a new summer sale starting today and it's running until August 1st. There's over 2,500 items, and some of them you can save up to 85%. What? It's absolutely huge, lads. So to find out what's on sale, ramble into your official marketplace and go in and go nuts. Just go bananas. It's a 15-day sale. Now here's the thing. Aircraft, they reckon, should work. If you're buying Microsoft stuff, they 100% will work in the new sim. But it's nearing the end of life kind of thing. So they want to, boost the old Janie. And, there's a massive sale on. So if there was an add-on you were thinking about getting, check it out on the marketplace. Chances are you're going to get the best possible deal there. Huge news. Now we're nearly there. Some VATSIM events. I have 2 bits of information. So this is the normal VATSIM events. They happen kind of, every night of the week, right? And there's one on, where is it now? On Friday. There's a nice one here. Gander Oceanic Coast to Coast, right? It's time for the monthly oceanic crossings. Join us and cross the North Atlantic Ocean with your favourite aircraft while we staff up the airspace and provide oceanic control services. See you in the sky. That's going to be 24 hours on the North Atlantic, and it's being looked after by Gander Oceanic and VATSIM, and it's kicking off at 0600 Zulu on the 20th, and it'll end at 0600 Zulu on the 21st. There's an absolute ton of stuff going on there. So some oceanic, fly across the North Atlantic, why don't you? You will have oceanic ATC along the way. Now, staying with VATSIM news, our good friend buddy Opal, Adam told us, Murph, there's a big event happening. Be Jesus. And it's happening when I'll be at sea. I'm going to France, which is good, but I get to miss this. But anyway, despite how bad the Irish weather has been recently, summer is indeed in full swing. For this event, we're exchanging our A320s and 737s for light general aviation aircraft going back to the roots of any airline pilot. VFR flying is where it all began. There will be a few hours exploring some of the lesser known aerodromes around Ireland, including Donegal, consistently voted as the world's most scenic approach. VAT Air are hosting an event which is going to primarily focus on general aviation under VFR conditions. This is a great chance to go back and blow the dust off your VFR VATSIM course that we did last year, and anyone who completed the new IFR course this year, well, this is going to be a great challenge to you. It's VFR flying in Ireland, and you're going to have ATC along the way. The rules are a little bit different when it comes to VFR flying. You don't need to worry too much about clearances and all this sort of jazz, and it definitely sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's on Saturday, July 27th, between 12 and 1400 Zulu. So, have a blast with that. It should be a lot of fun, right? Should be a lot of fun. So thanks to Adam for letting us know about that, and the guys over at VAT Air. You're 100%. Now, I need to go over here because there's other scenery news. And a big shout out to PH Roy. He's been keeping me up to date with what's happening. But, friends, there's a new scenery on the way. And it's that of Echo Hotel Bravo Kilo, Maastricht, over in the Netherlands. One of my favourite airports. Is super important because it's where European ATC is based, and there's a brand new payware scenery on the way for Maastricht. And some of the screenshots we can see here, well, the airport is looking very, very good already. See some really nice airport night lighting, looks spectacular. And then even on the side of the aircraft, or the side of the hangar, come on, load you devil. Maastricht Asian Airport. I've flown in and out of here. It's a nice small little airport. A lot of cargo stuff goes on here. We can see from these screenshots, it looks that the interior terminal has been modelled on the interior. There's some static objects there. Looks busy enough. Looks like you can go away and explore the airport, which is pretty cool. And day and nighttime lighting is looking pretty nice here as well. So yeah, I'm excited to see this. Maastricht was always an airport I love flying to in a flight simulator, and we don't have a payware one just yet in the sim. This is going to change it. So that's going to be released very, very soon. A massive shout out to PH Roy, and anyone looking forward to that. As soon as it's released, we'll give it a full review here on the channel. Now, friends, a new hub. FireFly Air has voted for its newest hub. Where's the gadget here now? Because this 6 knots is absolutely out the door busy. So I need to bring this over. So, we have voted for a brand new hub, and ladies and gentlemen, the newest hub for FireFly Air is going to be that of Charlie Yankee Victor Romeo, and it is that of Vancouver. Vancouver is the newest hub for FireFly Air. It received the most amount of votes. So, brilliant news there, right? So what do we know about Vancouver? Well, that's it there, look. Freaking huge, right? Massive. So, over the next couple of days, you're going to see some new company routes being established and a brand new hub appearing for FireFly Air. And it's in, Vancouver International Airport, located on Sea Island in Richmond, British Columbia, serving the city of Vancouver and Lower Mainland region, located 12 kilometres from downtown Vancouver. It is the second busiest airport in Canada by passenger traffic, just behind Toronto Pearson in Ontario. It's a trans-Pacific hub. The airport has more direct flights to China than any other airport in North America or Europe. It's a hub for Air Canada and WestJet, and soon to be FireFly Air. So, this should be fun. The airport has won several notable international Best Airport awards. It won the Skytrax Best North American Airport in 2007, 2010, through to 2022, for a record of 12 consecutive years. Ooh! It was built in 1929. So it has great history here as well. So Vancouver Airport, this is our newest one. It features a number of runways. Some of them are 10,000 feet long. Huge. You can get all sorts of stuff in there. It also has a number of helipads. There's also a small bit of general aviation use there as well. So this airport, Charlie, Yankee, Victor, Romeo, will be added to our FireFly Air hub list soon. Hey, Hammy is here. Vancouver's a great spot. You were there, sir. You were in Vancouver, weren't you? So that's great news. Massive shout out to all the pilots who voted for our newest hub. Thank all the pilots who constantly fly with FireFly Air. It's you guys who are generating all the XP. Once we hit a certain target with our XP, well, we go have a vote when we open a new hub. So massive thanks, of course, to the FireFly Air admin team, looked after by 6 Knots and Ironbird, and fantastic work on this one, lads. And I know Nighthawk was heavily involved with this as well. Awesome work, lads. Really do appreciate it. And looking forward now to some flights in and out of Canada, eh? So I think I've ticked all the boxes, lads, have I? I think I have. So now we're going to get up close and personal with the A6 Intruder. This is all terrible good news. So the A6, the Grumman A6 Intruder, well, it's an American twin-jet all-weather attack aircraft developed and manufactured by American aircraft company Grumman Aerospace. It was formerly operated by the US Navy and the US Marine Corps. There were some 693 units built. It first flew in 1963. It test flighted in 1960, but it was introduced in 1963. And then this thing would have saw all sorts of action, predominantly in Vietnam, right? In addition to conventional munitions, this aircraft could also carry nuclear weapons, which would be delivered using toss bombing techniques. What? Mad, right? Mad. The A6 was in service in the US States Navy and Marine Corps between 1963 all the way up to 1997, during which time multiple variants were produced and prototyped. 2 more successful variants were developed, were the EA-6B Prowler, a specialised electronic warfare derivative, and also the KA-6D tanker version, deployed during various overseas conflicts, including that of Vietnam and the Gulf War. The A6 was intended to be superseded by the Douglas A-12 Avenger, but the programme was ultimately cancelled, and it was taken over by Grumman's F-14 Tomcat. Right? So, it made its maiden flight on the 19th of April 1960, and then a second prototype flew on the 28th of July 1960. The test program required to develop the aircraft took a long time. The very advanced navigation and attack equipment required a lot of development, and changes had to be made to correct the aerodynamic deficiencies. Ooh, right? During February 1963, the A6 was introduced into service with the US Navy, and at this point, the type, according to Gunston, the first genuinely all-weather attack bomber in history. It's pretty mad. The Intruder, it's a 2-seat, twin-engined monoplane equipped to perform carrier-based attack missions regardless of the prevailing weather or lighting conditions. The cockpit used an unusual double-pane windscreen with side-by-side seating arrangement in which the pilot sat in the left with the bombardier or navigator sitting on the right. The A6 wing was relatively efficient at subsonic speeds, particularly when compared to supersonic fighters such as the F4. It also has a wing fold that can be used on this as well. Operational history, again, it entered the service during the Vietnam War. It received a new standardized US DoD designation of an A6A in the autumn of 1962 and entered the squadron service in February 1963. And there's a ton of pictures here. I'm getting all this information from Wikipedia. But, you know, by and large, we're thereabouts. The aircraft then retired in 1997, and several retired A6 airframes are awaiting re-winging at Northrop Grumman facility in St. Augustine Airport in Florida. These were later sank off the coast of St. John's. Jesus. So there's a few still surviving in the world today, and museums mainly. So this one that we have here, well, it's from Deimos. And it's released exclusively through the Microsoft store. However, there is a weapons mod add-on you can get. So let's go in and see, can we play with this here now? So we have, Jesus now, navigator, holders inner. Oh, let's put in £250. No, that doesn't seem to do anything. How do we appear the weapons, lads? Hang on. Let's see, can we appear some weapons on the thing? Surely we can do it this way. Let's see here now. Payload. That doesn't seem to be working. Am I missing a trick? There could be a button inside the gadget. I didn't actually read up on this. Put 1001 on the weight. 1001, you say? For the holders. I don't know. Negative. It's not appearing. Oh wait, did I turn the shagging thing on, Murph? You big idiot. Hang on. Let me gadget load up here. This will tell us now if it works, right? He has unhinged a lot of his moves. Wait, what? Why isn't that working? Jesus. Start up the old add-ons linker there. It could be it might be the case I didn't turn it on. No, it's on. Yeah, it is on. So why can't we load weapons? Let's see. How to allow you to have weapons? You need to buy liveries with weapons will be labelled with W. I probably have a livery that doesn't work with them. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm probably after using a livery that doesn't use this. That's what it is. But you can add weapons in there. Well, just take my word for it, right? It'll be grand. But anyway, look at the state of this, lads. Doesn't it look fantastic? From the exterior, it looks very, very good. There is savage detailing on this model. It's beautiful looking. Really, really nice. So what we're going to do, well, we're going to take it for a short jaunt here just to have a now look at it. It's definitely weathered. It's filthy dirty. I love that. And you can see we've got a number of static elements with there. We have the engine covers. We've chocks on the ground. You can see our arrestor cable there, removed before flight. We got a lot of stuff going on with this aircraft. This particular livery is that belonging to the US Navy based on the USS Independence. So let's see what we can do. So we'll jump in here to the cockpit and look at the layout here. And again, it looks nice, isn't it? Side-by-side seating. Now, circuit breakers and all that jazz, they're just not going to work, right? They're just not going to work. Flight of the Intruder. How have I never seen that movie? I need to go off now and watch that movie. We can see if the textures inside, they're done very, very well, look. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? They've done a great job. Visually, this aircraft it's all the bells and whistles, visually, right? Which is a nice touch. Now, when it comes to systems and buttons, well, we have a battery down here. Turn on the battery. And we have some sounds, and we can fold the wings. Nice animations, right? And let's unfold the wings. There they go. Now, in terms of starting this machine up, let's go off and have an old gawk. So we have Avionics Master. Turn it on. Fuel dump. No, leave that off. What's over here now? Navigation stuff. So these work, which is great. Anti-ice. They work. Pitot heat. Yes. What else is here? Auto something. What's that for now? Oh, air conditioning. All right. Okay. This doesn't work. These work. Navigation and stuff. That's your SIF stuff. Your identification. This appears to be a transponder. Don't know what it means by bands though. What else do we have here now? We have TIR flicked onto on. Autopilot, so it comes with an autopilot. Nice. Everything over this side of the aircraft doesn't seem to work. There's nothing here you can press. Now it looks the part. but there's nothing active over here. You can't interact with anything over here, which is a bit of a thing, right? Bit of a thing. There's nothing you can play with here. Fair enough. So we'll stick to what we're going to do over here. So we do have the battery on. We'll come down here, left-hand side, and we do have some lighting, right? So we can go ahead and get our anti-collision lights on. Strobe, wing, formation. Wing lights don't work. Floodlights there inside. Oxygen. Go ahead and turn it on. What else do we need to see here now? What's this stuff? Fuel management. Fuel ready. Flight off or ground. Boosters. Okay. Speed brake and landing gear. Engine monitors. Avionics. Altimeter. Go ahead and reset the barrel if you can. Does that work? That works. Lights test. That's your annunciator panel down here. So that works. Fuel quantity, can't mess with that, unfortunately. Displays, GPS mode, nav mode, tack and standby. Okay, gun sight. That's how we play with that. There's our gun sight. Funny enough now it says off or on. When you turn it on, it turns off. Maybe an oversight. Our canopy, we'll leave that open for the moment because we're going to try and start up this machine. Right, when it comes to starting the aircraft, there's no APU. So to start up this machine, the engine start switches are actually in behind, look. Here's one, here's the other. So we'll try the second one. So we'll press and hold that. And we can see some stuff happening here. And we have sound. The artificial horizon looks janky. Well, it's showing clouds on the top. I don't know what they're after there, but sure, look it. Now stick down to idle. And let's see what happens. The green display is beyond this one. Yeah, I don't know, can we change that? I don't think we can, to be honest. Oh wait, fuel shut off. Come on, Murphy. Generators on. I don't know what I can do with that, lads. Does you know it does look kind of janky, doesn't it? Okay, so there's an engine warming up. Go ahead and close the canopy. And there is a difference in sound out about it, right? Okay, so that's the... What do we start? The right engine. We go to the left engine now. So left engine coming up. We hope. We'll let that spool up. We'll jump aside for now and listen. Okay, we got a good start in our engines. Let's have a listen to the sounds. We'll rev it up a bit. They're not terrible. They're not terrible. Right, quick check in here. So, starters are now disengaged. Anti-skid needs to come on. Where do you live? You'd be over here, I suppose, wouldn't you? Anti-skid should be over here. There she be. Anti-skid. Annunciator lights are looking good. Look at the control surfaces, look. I'll try and get a decent view here. Have a look at the control surfaces. The wings and stuff, right? Check this out. So we'll go with the flaps. Beautiful. Ailerons, elevator, rudder, and spoilers or speed brakes. Isn't that nice? Very, very interesting. And look at the profile it gives, like. It's pretty cool looking, isn't it? Like, it just is. Look at the size of the slats on the front, look. Very, very nice indeed. Right. What am I doing here now? I'm doing one of these. Now, as we're sitting inside here, let's see. Master caution light is on, but that's probably because we're still on the ground. Where's me lights? Taxi lights. Key light. And all the lights are on. And we do have this little map down here we can play with. So there was a zoom function for this. Where did I see that now? There is a way you can adjust that gadget. There's your range there, look. So it's, yeah, look, it's better than nothing, right? Better than nothing. So park and brake off. Bring it forward a little bit. Bit of Toby eye on here for good luck. And we'll taxi down here to the left. Now, it's a little bit giddy on the ground, as in your rudder interaction or your rudder sensitivity. You can hop this thing around the place. It's a bit weird looking. So just be careful of that. Move it slowly and it'll it'll behave the way you would expect it to behave, right? We'll check out the nighttime lighting and all that jazz now in a moment. We also have the arrestor hook. Go ahead and pull that gadget. RGB. That's nicely animated. That's our canopy. Bring the hook back in. Yeah, visibility in the cockpit is superb, isn't it? It's superb, look. That huge canopy. Right, so we're going to go for a notch of flaps. Get ourselves situated into our seat. And we're going to see what this thing is like flying, right? Get ourselves lined up. Alrighty then. Alright, let's sit tight here for a moment. So, power coming in. Off the brakes. Airspeed alive. There's 80. 100. 120, we're getting light. Easy back in the stick. 150, oopsie daisy. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. Flaps coming in. There's our radar altitude coming up. Small bank here to the left. So the roll rate of the aircraft, it's very, very nice. The pitch is a bit funny because it reacts immediately fast and then it's like a dampener turns on. So you can't, like, if I do see this tiny bits of movement, see the way we're bobbing up and down, and this looks ridiculously stupid. It looks ridiculous. However, it's like a dampener effect comes on after you start pulling up, so you won't go straight up. So it's like they just need to tweak that a little bit. But again, if you fly it gently, in particular when it comes to the pitch, it'll behave very, very, very well. Let's have a listen to the sounds outside. Also check out some of the visual effects. Look at that gear animation. Isn't that pretty? So I think of what we're getting here, in terms of the visual fidelity of the aircraft, I think they've done a great job. Visually, it's very, very nice. Flying it, well, it's actually okay too. This fly is alright. I mean, it's quite stable in the air. It's relatively fast. You do get a sense of weight. I mean, you can't just snap roll the thing. That's full left aileron. So its roll rate is quite controllable. If I go full pitch mode, again, it's like the initial 5 or 10 degrees, it kind of jumps, but then there's like a dampener effect. So in terms of the interior lighting, again, you have a big bright beacon. Now we can turn off that anti-collision light. It's not a bad place to sit, right? I mean, look at the beautiful lighting on the dials. That green screen is absolutely friggin' nuts. They need to fix that. But I think overall, I think the lighting is quite good. So the dots are to let you know that's the cloud and that's the ground. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but like, I don't know, it just looks weird. It could be accurate, I don't know. Exterior lighting, basic, but it works. So that's the aircraft kind of lighting. Couple of fancy views here as well. Let's have a bit of fun with this. Sounds aren't bad at all. Now I don't know, are they using their own sounds or is that something of the F-18? I couldn't tell you. It sounds alright, doesn't it? Do you see the gaps between the tanks and the mounts? No, hang on. Hang on. I thought the same, Merlock. But there are none. They're actually okay. I thought the same when I was looking. I was like, ah, no, they're actually forgetting the thing. There are no gaps. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, the visual fidelity of the aircraft is actually very, very good. I thought there were gaps there. I was like, ah, Jesus, they forgot the thing. They actually didn't. And I think, lads, you know, I think it's a visually stunning airplane. The model work is phenomenal here. Look at the detail on the thing. It looks beautiful. It really does. But yeah, super fun. So, right, where are we? We're over here. Where are we going now? Who's in charge? Now, the other crack you can have with these, of course, is the use on aircraft carriers. Because if you look over here, look, we do have a landing gear. There's your brakes. But there is something here. See this catapult grip? So that's the, you know, on the front wheel, that drops down to grab a hold of the catapult. And of course, then we have the arrestor cable hook. So you can absolutely, like, have great fun with this on an aircraft carrier. Because it has all the bells and whistles, which is pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Now, can we land the thing is the next question. So where's the airport? We'll head around back to the airport. Sounds inside are good as well. So what do you think, lads? I was very, very pleasantly surprised. I saw it on the marketplace and I was like, oh, good Lord, here's another. And then I saw the pictures of it and I was like, Jesus, this doesn't look bad at all. And then I bought it and then I flown it and I said, this isn't bad at all. You know what I mean? Sure, you're limited on the systems, you're limited on its capabilities. And that screen is just like, ah! But apart from that, it's quite good. Whatever you do, do not pre the button under canopy. Oh, right. Kozaki has one? Nice. Okay, so I didn't see an airport around here. Hang on. Oh, there's the... Oh, there it is there. Right. Sweet. Okay, so we have the airport. Deimos did good progress over the years. Yeah, just, you know what I mean? They're kind of getting there, aren't they? This is their finest work, in my opinion, to date. This is really good. Again, it's the visuals I'm after. Like, it's fun to fly. It's not anyway sophisticated. The price kind of reflects that. Is this the airport you did the other night? This is the tri-state one, yeah. I really like here. Right, so our brakes are out. Get some flaps into the equation. I love the landing gear animation. Look at the landing gear, lads. It's stunning. Big, strong, heavy landing gear. That's what you want. Right, okay. So what's our approach speed going to be like? Let's see what we can do here. Here's the airport. Let's call it 45 degrees. And it's very similar to that of the Jet Provost. Have you ever saw Provost? Another beautiful aircraft and one badly needed in the sim. But the Intruder is very, very close to the Provost. And am I right in saying, is this one of Grumman's only aircraft not to be named after a cat? Didn't they name all their aircraft after cats? I think they did, didn't they? I could have guessed it was Deimos. They make things others don't. Yeah. The fighters were... Oh, Jesus. The fighters were all cats. Okay, gotcha. Jesus, Murph, don't bin this. Get up the hill. We nearly binned it, lads, but we're alright. Now we're going to land like an Egypt. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Easy, easy. Get her down. Navy landing, that'll do. On the brakes. Not too shabby at all. Canopy sound is lovely. So there we have it, sports fans. Hear the sounds? The Hawkeye was a Grumman plane. Oh, was it? Right. Reminds me of the F-111. Yeah. Listen, lads, I think this is a notable release by Deimos. The airplane, it looks fantastic. I think it just looks gorgeous. And it is a lot of fun to fly. And as Hammy quite rightfully said, that canopy, Jesus, where am I? Don't turn up your plane. Ah, no, there's all murder, death, kill happening because I pressed the button. The canopy, the view out of the canopy, incredible. Absolutely incredible. We're stuck in this view now until the sim sorts itself out. Jesus. Oh, it's a proper pause. Right, we'll have to wait for this to unpause itself. It reminds me of the DC design systems, but with better textures. Yeah, 100%. That's a great way to sum it up. Right, my sim is shagged. I know how to fix it. Task manager. Do I nuke it? Will it recover? What do you reckon, lads? Will it recover? No, there's no fixing that. Oh, Jesus. Right, let's just kill it. Right, I'm going to boot up the sim again because I have two more aircraft to show us, briefly. So Deimos, I think it's quite good. What's the price of the gadget? So, let me see. MSFS unofficial marketplace. Browse aircraft. There's a handy little website here because it shows you what's in the marketplace. You see. And so let's go to jets and search A6. No, A-6. No. Jets Intruder. There we go. $24.99 US. And it's just 4.5 on the rating, right? Not too bad. Why didn't the sim fire up? Uh-oh. Taskbar. My computer is not playing friends with me tonight. It's freaking out, man. Ah, Jesus. Right. The sim didn't actually start there. That was interesting. Okay. Murphy's PC is having a moment. Get yourself together. Right, let's try it now. Oh, still doesn't want to launch. Jesus. Let's see. Jesus fan control. Interesting. Time for full reboot. Do you think so? Maybe. But anyway, some of the rating details. So look, 75% are giving it 5. A couple of people gave it 1. It's American twin engine all-weather attack aircraft. For any issues or advice, don't hesitate to contact us, and shout out as well. Brett Plays is involved with this, lads. You know Brett? So it's nice, right? The machine is nice. And there's a couple of screenshots here, especially for doing carrier operations. Where's the devil now? Right? If you're on an aircraft carrier, this is going to be lots of fun. Oh, hello, Sam. Thanks, Jesus. Come on into the parlour. Right, we're back up and running. But yeah, look, it's pretty and it's nice, and well, it's available now. $24.99 US, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So moving on. Stoke, my alerts aren't working. Actually, I might have a look at these now. Let me see here now. If I go into platforms, right, and if I go into stream apps and I go into this gadget, it is connected. Why aren't my alerts working? I'm kind of, it says it's connected, but it's just not connected. I wonder, do I need to like turn off or something? Let's see here now. WebSocket server. Do you reckon it's in that? Apply. Okay, that instantly turned it off. Enable. Apply. One is connected. but the other isn't. Ooh, the other isn't, friends. Only one is connected, so... Wait now. Should there be two connected? Huh. Okay, here's the second one after connecting. Okay. Now test. Oh, still not working. That's so strange. Yeah. They should, like, you guys should be able to trigger them, and I don't know why they can't be triggered. Do I have them turned off? Are they off on Twitch? Did I do something on Twitch? Let's have a look, friends. Let's have a look. So while the sim is loading, let's have a look at our rewards. Yeah. Open reward campaign. No. What? How do you do this now? Community. Activity. No. Alerts. No. Viewer rewards. Channel points. Ah, yes. Channel points. Let's have a look. Custom rewards. Glass emotion 60%. Yeah, they're all working. They're all turned on. Okay, so your Twitch settings are okay. Bring back it. Who are you telling? They're not working on this though, and I've no idea why. So it's as if my streamer bot is not talking to my OBS, yet it is connected to it. Isn't that strange? Host, yes. Is streaming, not recording. So it knows what it's doing. Alerts. Yes. So where's alerts? Yeah, they're not working. How strange, lads. How strange. I'll try and fix that later, as I said. Anyway, let's have a look at this. So here's another aircraft we're going to be checking out, and it's that of the Supermarine Seafire. And we're going to bring this to Casement Aerodrome Baldonnel because, well, the Irish Air Corps operated these aircraft way, way back when in the day, and we're going to learn about it. This aircraft is from Flight Replicas, and it features that of the Supermarine Seafire, the Mark III. Now, the RAF versions of these, they were capable of landing on aircraft carriers, hence Seafire. The Irish Air Corps bought a clatter of them from the RAF, and we don't have aircraft carriers, we didn't need them. We weren't using them, so we gave them away to the Americans, and that's a blatant lie. But yeah, right, so let's have a look here now. Currency, yeah, I'm gasped as to why that isn't working. It's on the right port. Is there another way I can do that? If your account's connected, it will default. Connect bot account related direct message. Yeah, that's fine. Settings. No. Channel points. Yeah, very strange. Anyway, the Supermarine Seafire. Let's learn a little bit about this machine, right? So the Seafire, it's a naval version of Supermarine's Spitfire. Right? It's a naval version of it, right? And beautiful Irish weather. We're at to start with the battery turned on. That's always a good sign. Let's have a look here now. Turn that off. Calm at the wind. Calm at the wind. And calm at the clouds. Right. So we do something like this. Open the canopy. We do have a battery. But the battery seems to be on all the time. Couldn't tell you why. Anyway, let us start at the very beginning. It's in an Irish Air Corps livery, which is gorgeous, absolutely fantastic, right? And it has that of number 1 Fighting Squadron, small but fierce, that's what that says, it's in Irish. Number 1 Fighting Squadron, or Fighter Squadron, and this is the Seafire. Now, the Air Corps operated a number of these for quite a long time. These were replaced by the Vampire, right? It's a naval version of the Spitfire, adapted for the operation from aircraft carriers. It was an analogous in concept to the Hawker Sea Hurricane, a navalised version of the Spitfire Stalemate, the Hawker Hurricane. The name Seafire was derived from the abbreviation of the longer name Sea Spitfire. The idea of adopting a navalised carrier-capable version of the Spitfire had been mooted by the Admiralty as early as May 1938, despite a pressing need to replace various types of obsolete aircraft that were still in operation with the Fleet Air arm. Some opposed the notion. including Winston Churchill, although these disputes were often a result of an overriding priority being placed on maximising production of the land-based Spitfires instead. During 1941 and early 1942, the concept was again pushed for by the Admiralty, culminating in that the initial batch of Seafire Mark 1B fighters being provided in late 1941, which were merely used for pilots to gain experience operating the type at sea. While there were concerns over the low strength of its undercarriage, which had not been strengthened like many naval aircraft would have been, its performance was found to be acceptable. There were 2,646 Seafires built. Right? She first flew on the 7th of January 1942, and its primary users were the Royal Navy, the French Navy, the Irish Air Corps, and the Royal Canadian Navy. It was developed by Supermarine. Now, it went all the way up to the Mark IIIs. There was a Mark IV, I think, that was brought in as well, and so on. Mark 15 went in. The Griffin engine went into it. So it got a lot of updates similar to that of what the Spitfire got, in terms of here's a new engine, here's a better kind of fuselage, airflow, aerodynamics, all that sort of jazz, right? The Spitfire's original role, in which it did prove formidable, it was a short-range land-based interceptor. As a carrier-based fighter, the design was a compromise, and it suffered many losses through structural damage that was inflicted by heavy landings on the carrier decks. The problem continued even with the strengthening introduced on the Mark II. The Seafire had a narrow undercarriage track, which meant that it wasn't well suited to deck operations. Many modifications had shifted the centre of gravity, making low-speed control very difficult. The aircraft's gradual stall characteristics meant that it was difficult to land accurately on the carrier, resulting in many accidents. The low point of the Seafire operation came during Operation Avalanche, the invasion of Salerno in September 1943. Of the 106 Seafires available to the British escort carriers on the 9th September, only 39 were serviceable on the dawn of D-Day +2. Part of this attributed to the fact that it used a flat, calm conditions present, which meant that there had not been enough headwind in order to adequately slow down the Seafire on landing. Many aircraft missed picking up the arrestor wire, and it flew and crashed into the barriers, while others had their arrestor hooks pulled off the fuselage because they caught the wires at too high a speed. Jesus. So the wartime service, well, it was busy, like anything during the war. Post-war, during the immediate post-war, the Fleet Air Arm quickly replaced its Merlin-powered Seafires with the Griffin-powered ones. Accordingly, the service initially adopted the Seafire Mark 15 and 17. From 1948, the FAA began accepting definitive models of the Seafire, the Mark 47. In 1950, HMS Triumph started a tour of the Far East, embarking 800 Naval Air Squadrons with Seafire's 47s, along with 827 Naval Air Squadron equipped with the Fairey Firefly following the outbreak of the Korean War. The Royal Canadian Navy and French Aviation Naval also obtained Seafires to operate from ex-Royal Navy aircraft carriers following the end of the Second World War. Canada Seafires were flown from HMCS Magnificent and HMS Warrior before being replaced by Sea Furies in 1948. France received 65, 24 of these being deployed on the carrier Arromanche, and in 1948 it sailed to Vietnam to fight in the First Indochina War. The Irish Air Corps, well, they operated Seafires for a time after the war, despite having no naval air service nor aircraft carriers. See? Always keep them guessing, right? The aircraft were operated from Baldonnel, Casement Aerodrome, with most of the naval equipment removed, but they did retain the folding wings. That's because we wanted to squeeze them into the hangars. During the 1950s, an unsuccessful attempt to recycle the Merlin engines was made by replacing the ailing Bedford engine in a Churchill tank with an engine from a scrapped Seafire. But on the 19th of June 1954, the last Spitfire in Irish service was withdrawn. 1954, and that heralded the arrival of the first jets in Ireland, and that was the de Havilland Vampire. After the Vampire, they got the Fouga Magisters. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So, the numbers in which the Irish Air Corps operated, not an awful lot. I think they had 12, I think. I have a book here somewhere with the information. But anyway, This has been released by Flight Replicas, and it's also given you some aircraft carriers in which you can fly the gadgets on as well. So let's have a look at it, right? I mean, the Spitfire is an aircraft I hold very, very dear to my heart. It was the first warbird available in the sim, and we did a massive Spitfire flight. The Seafire absolutely pokes me interest because, well, it's in an Irish Air Corps livery, and it's a former Irish Air Corps aircraft. And what is hilarious about it, we had no need for, you know, naval going aircraft. We'd no aircraft carriers. We still don't. But the Seafire and the Spitfire, they were a very dependable aircraft, and the pilot training, the number of pilots who trained in this aircraft, massive, absolutely massive, right? So the roundel that you're looking at here, it does have the tricolour under the wing, but the roundel here, this is the very old Irish Air Corps roundel. That was the original Irish Air Corps roundel, and it might look familiar, right? I'm very original. They've since changed it. It has the tricolour in there now. But looking at the aircraft from Flight Replicas, they've done a decent job here, right? I mean, look, there is nice textures. There's a sign of some wear and tear in places. It's nowhere near as highly polished as what you'd expect from someone like Flying Iron. But it's not a million miles off it either, right? In terms of the visual representation, well, it's not bad. The model is good, right? And the textures, for the most part, not too bad either. Alright. So how does the thing operate? How does it sound? How does it fly? And, well, how does it feel? We'll go and check it out. So we'll jump into the cockpit. So here we are in our Seafire. And looking around the cockpit, well, it's a Spitfire, isn't it? I mean, we know the crack. So let me see. We're going to get our prop forward, throttle opened. We have war emergency power there if we need it. And we'll just look around. So the battery is running. Down on the right-hand side, we do have some oxygen controls. That's a primer, I believe. What's this now? Engine degreaser, on or off. We have, what's this now? Control type, volume, and that's radio. That's a tail wheel, I want to say. It could be a locket there either. What else do we have here now? We have, that's for the canopy, I think. No, it's not. A, B, C, or D. Jesus, how far does this go? Let's not mess with things, Murph. Where does that go? I'm genuinely intrigued here. Hang on. Hang on. I need to see what this is. Labels. Notifications. Aircraft systems. Adjust on-screen notifications. Yes. What am I looking at? It won't tell me. Did I press the, maybe that's the wrong one. Aircraft systems. No. Failure damage. Nav age. Notification. Piloting control. Aircraft systems. Off. Nav. Piloting. Piloting? What's it under? Checklist. VFR map. G-suit. Isn't there something in here you can turn on the legacy labels? Surely there is. There's something here, I don't know what it is. Apply and save. Assistance controls are general. General options? Flight model, data, accessibility. Cursor. This will tell you the last time. Here we go. Instrument name tooltips. Instant. I just want to see what this does. What are you? Radio tuning, and it's in up. Oh, for God's sake. Right, never mind, lads. Never mind. It's all right. We figured out what it is. I'm looking at it going, huh? Accessibility. Turn off that divil now again. Where were you? Instant. No, off you divil. Right, grand. Right, anyway, moving along. Fuel tank pressure. Go ahead, turn that on. We have our fuel shut-off valve. Turn that on. Here's a primer. Don't need to worry about that. They've modelled that, which is good. That's all to do with low RPM. Fuel pumps. Mags need to come on. 1 and 2. That's your battery. That's interesting. Leave switch in on position except in emergency. Okay, so they put the battery over there and not over here. Okay. What else do we have? Let's see. Fuel external tank. Don't need to worry about that. What does that one do? Windscreen de-icing system. Nice. We do have stuff here now. We have the pressure heating, and that's probably the camera master. It's kind of sweet. What else do we have here? Radiator flap. Open that. She's open. And a bit of trim here now when we want to start this thing up. Right, mixture is there. Right, we'll give it a blast and see what happens, shall we? Parking brake is on. Right, start her up. No sounds. What isn't she liking? Fuel. Oh, never. Bit of primer, that'll do it. Bit of primer now, Murph. Right, give a clear prop. Clear prop! Not terribly loud. Let's have a listen outside. Not bad. That actually sounds alright. Okay, you sound good. Jesus, the canopy. Right, the canopy is now closed. Close these little fellas in. What else do we need to do here? Lights? Do we have a gun sight? Reflectors, it says it's on, but I don't see it. Okay. There's a touch screen there. Whatever that does, we don't know. We do have a mirror up on top. Nice. Anything else we need to do? The door can open. You can do all the usual stuff. Right, let's take it over now. Spinneroonie, shall we? So, off the brakes. And we'll ramble around Bal here for the moment. Flight controls work. Flaps seem to work. Yeah, flap indicator both sides. Ailerons work. The flaps in. Get a bit of floodlights going on here. Oh yeah, they're nice red lights. They look the job. Let's see what this does. It looks rocky. It does. She's rocking all over the place. Epic Phil, good to see you, man. Alright. Let's see, can we get off the runway this side? Well, prop is full. Now, how much giddy up this thing wants, I don't know, but sure, we'll find out together. Now, is there a tailwheel lock? Sorta. Right, power coming in. Easy. Watch the boost. There's the back wheel up. Easy. There's 80 knots. 100. Yep, see daisy. Gear up. And the RPM back a smidgen. There's a beep. Right, roll around here to the left. How on you, devil? What's the first roll in it? The sound could be very loud. Sorry, lads. Pretty nice, isn't it? Thanks, God. Jesus, that alert came in straight away, didn't it? Or maybe this is for another one. Hey, let's have a look here. Let's see. Not bad. fairly calm. The sounds aren't bad at all. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Do we have any fancy cameras? Oh, we do, look! The trim is a little bit tricky. Oh, that's a great shot there, isn't it? That's very nice. Okay, so hand flying it. It's very, very nice. Hey, Eagle Castilla, good to see you. Right, get your bearings, Murph. Where are you? You're over Dublin-ish, kinda. There's Bal, right, over Bal. I want to do a low pass over the runway. Easy, easy. Speed is looking good. Little bit of wind to contend it. Easy. Casement Aerodrome, Baldonnel. This is a freeware airport, lads. If you've never seen it before, it's created by Jeppes in 2001 and it is absolutely insane. It's excellent. It's the home of the Irish Air Corps based in County Dublin and it's very nice. Yep, see daisy. Oh yeah, it flies well. You gotta love it, right? I mean, just absolutely gorgeous, lads. Absolutely feckin' gorgeous. It's not bad, sure it's not. So you can get Jefferson's freeware scenery. Muse has a link there in the chat, lads. And then this, of course, is the Flight Replicas Seafire. What do you think of it? It's not bad, sure it's not. And it's like, it's not your typical kind of Spitfire. I mean, that's what I like about it. Yeah, look, it flies really, really well. It's nice. It's pretty. And you gotta love the fact that it's in an Irish Air Corps livery. It's brilliant. You know what I mean? So for our last show of the night, friends, we're going to be checking out now the updated Huey. This is from Taogs Hangar. And, well, the Huey needs no introduction whatsoever. It's a phenomenal aircraft, right? So, let me see. Let's have a look at the release notes of this, because absolutely huge, right? Huge. So let's go over here now. Let me see. Where are you? And we're looking at the Huey announcements. So update 1.05, which is here now. So the 3D model, they've modified the increased wiper speed. They've added rain clearing on the screen. That's when you use the wipers. Pretty deadly, right?
Hello there.
They fixed the shape of the VHF, UHF antennas. Transponder for the 205A one and the high skids have been fixed. The rotor blade length has been modified. They've tuned the flight model and they have a new shaking effect. This is pretty awesome. But yeah, Risk, welcome in. My dude, thank you for the follow. Colonel Fork is here. Good to see you. Murph won't admit it, but he knows that almost went horribly wrong. How did you... Was it that obvious? Was it that obvious? It was. Jesus. Right. Yeah, that's why we immediately changed it. Why won't it come up as Huey? UH1H. UH. Here we go. Now, hang on. Where's the high skids one? UH. Taogs Hangar. There we go. Jesus. Right, so we can go with the military variant or we can go with the civilian one. Now, it has the high skids one, so let me see, a 205. There we go, we two of them here, right? So that's the standard one or the high skid one? We'll go with the standard one here. And I don't know, we'll go with, I don't know. We'll go with a livery I haven't used before. There's too many options. Cal Fire always looks nice. Let's go with a civilian Huey. A civilian Huey. And sure, we'll bring it back to Balnonal as well because, well, the scenery is just so nice, isn't it? PH Roy, you take care, my dude. Thank you so much for sharing the Maastricht airport stuff with us. And how are we going for time? We're all right for time. We'll have a quick look at this and then we're going to be jetting off, right? The Huey is on sale in DCS at the moment, Sheba Hawk says. Oh, nice. An amazing flight model. Nice. Yeah, the choppers on DCS are very, very good. If not, you may get some texture flickers. I think I did. I think I have the latest one. Because I only updated it about 20 minutes before the stream. So we shall find out together, lads. Right, let's load this in and see what happens. Hopefully it works now. I was thinking about... Oh, she worked. Right, brilliant. Okay. Yes. You're a Huey. Yes. Now, do I have views set up? I do have views set up. Okay, right, nice. Okay, so this is live weather. We've all seen the Huey before. It's a magnificent chopper, right? Which is probably one of the best choppers in the sim. And you have a whole load of options here when you want to turn on stuff or turn off stuff. So we can open up the little gadget here, look. And we can say, right, do you want the mirrors or the wire cutters? Water tank? Do you want that installed underneath? Look at that. That's mad. A Bambi bucket. Be on the side, I suppose. Oh, no, wait, no, that's underneath. What am I saying? Bear paws. What them? Bear paws. They're for the skids. Basket surfboards. Everybody was surfing. We'll go with the steps. And, well, the rest of it is all fairly straightforward. So we'll put that guy down here for the moment. Right, there's Jemima. Good woman, Jemima. And, well, let's see if we need to start up this machine. Throttle is opened. And we'll go up on top and get the battery on. Battery's coming on. Get some overhead lighting turned on. Thank you. Dome light, leave it off. Heater, leave it off. Position lights, put them on to flash. Anti-collision lights can come on. Wipers, leave them alone for the moment. Nav lights, stick them on bright. Turn off that ungodly sound. Fished. Fuel on. Landing light, leave it off for the moment. Hydraulics are already in. Trims are already in. Fuel gauge test. That doesn't work, unfortunately. Reset our gyro and also our altimeter. What do we need to do here? Reset that. That gets rid of that. RPM limit is low. Chip detector. Make sure you're working, which you are. What else do we have here now? So, oil pressure. Inverter. Okay, back up on top. Inverter. Spare. Starter is set to start. And the rest is going to be, well, let's give us some life. So we're going to press and hold down the starter button and we're going to wait for, what do we reckon, 25? The sounds. 20. There's 20. Thanks, Colonel Fork. Here's this new shake coming in. That's beautiful. Alright, get that throttle up nice and slow. Oh yeah, look at the shake. Now it's a Huey. The sounds of this. Okay. Seafire aside, this has been a very Vietnam War stream. Well, that's just the add-ons. Oh, the sounds of this. Okay, so she's shaking, rattling and rolling. So let's see what we can do here, right? And this is like, oh wait, hang on, Jesus. Generator on. Inverter main. Yes. Heater heat on. Anti-collision lights are already on. They look good to me. Wiper. We'll select them on both. We don't need them for the moment. Alright, let's see what we can do. So let me see. Bit of left anti-torque. Bit of collective. Easy now. Easy now. Where's the wind going from? Alright, bring us over this way. Look at your one dancing, look. Oh wow, man, the shakes are savage. Now let's see, can we fly into a bit of rain here? It's Ireland, there's got to be rain around here somewhere. Behind us. Right, let's spin her. Bit of rotor slap. Oh. Man, the sounds are good, aren't they? Alright, let's head over this way for a sec. Jesus, the sounds are amazing on this. Alright, let's try and fly into some of this rain over here, over Dublin. I can't wait for the new Ireland update. Dublin and photogrammetry. We're gonna see Gibbo's gaff. There's a little bit of rain starting to hit now. Look at the rain shower over there, look. We're heading for that. Easy now, easy now. I can feel those shakes in my bones, right? Malthorian, this is an update to the aircraft. It's not SimFX. So all the shakes and stuff you see, that's the aircraft. Now you have the option to turn it off if you don't like it, but I think it's a must. It is absolutely brilliant. That's a weird view. Oh yeah. Some of these views are a bit strange, aren't they? Oh, where's that rain shower? It's over there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's out toward Dublin Airport. That's where the rain is, look. You need to have the rear doors open when you fly, Murph. Man. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Good man, Epic. The sounds are even better. Right, get us into the rain. I fly with the doors off in VR. That's deadly. Oh, this machine is so good. And like, the gas thing is, right, with the 3 different variants that you have, I mean, you can use this anywhere from military stuff, from civilian stuff, and even like law enforcement or emergency services. Air ambulance, fire, police. Bell helicopters, man. Future fears, Ballyfermot. Do you remember them? Do you remember Lamb's Chinese in Ballyfermot? That's going back now. Alright, let's see, can we get a bit of I used to make the curry in there years ago. Years ago! I wonder if I get microburst in 2024 will it make helicopters more interesting. Let's hope, man, let's hope. Right, in over Dublin City. For anyone coming to Dublin this Saturday, we're going to be down over there somewhere. There's Croke Park. There's Lambs and then there's a new Lambs. Really? Someone make a livery, Echo India, Bravo Fox Hotel, the Irish Helicopter 212. They flew the Pope around. Really? Bathorian, yes, I think it's now in the marketplace. Yes. Right, give us some rain there, Sim. We're over the north side of Dublin now, lads. Janie then. They had a fight and he set up a rival shop next door. Briggsy, my update didn't work. For this helicopter, Briggsy, make sure you uninstall the other one. Delete the other one first and then pop this one in. And the update is available on flightsim.to. Alright, let's have a look. We should be getting the wet stuff here now. Easy. Let's see if we can set her down. Right, there's a bit of rain in the windshield. Wipe hours. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Man alive, the difference that makes. You know what I mean? The wipers actually work. The goggles do something. Brilliant. How cool is that? Now we can make it torrential rain to get a proper idea. You see that a little bit better? Yeah, old Spinneroony. That's quite good. Hang on, we try and bring her down here now. Easy. Easy. Alright, gently put her down. Gently. Easy. Kicking up some dust. Easy. Right. Where's that rain now? Oh, look at that. It's positively lashing. That's so cool looking, isn't it? You gotta love that. Isn't it brilliant? Colonel Fork, there's a helipad in the Valley Lighthouse and Hoth. Or is there? Or the Bailey Lighthouse? That's awesome. Can you show the lights from outside? Is there lights on the front there? There is. There is. How do we turn them lads on? Console lights. Bleed air. Wipers. Nav lights. Is there a way to turn on those spotlights on the front? On the collective? Searchlights. Oh. I don't see them. Hey Bart, good to see you. I know the Marine Corps keeps flying the UH-1. Yeah, it's so cool, isn't it? It's so cool. I can't, I don't see those lights. Landing light. I'll put the landing light down. Look at that. They're definitely lights, aren't they? Ooh, look at this. Dome lights, Peter heat lights, position lights. Anti-collision lights. Nav position lights. The spotlight is turned all the way to the right. It's great lighting, isn't it? Now the spotlight, we can mess around with this. Yeah, we can turn that divot, look. Oh, we should be able to turn it. How do we turn that? Landing light forward. Yeah, no, that just kind of moves it forward, look. That's the bottom one. But that's searchlight. I'm trying to move that. Taxi light? Is it kind of working? Yeah, I don't see a taxi light. It's got to be up here, right? Anti-collision, dome light, external lights. They're your externals. Eh. I'm sure there's a way around it. It looks pretty cool though, doesn't it? Bit of power there, get us up into the air. Yup, you devil. Isn't it mad looking? Absolutely mad. So, that be the Huey. Let me see here now. Jeez. Look at the cut of that, look. I mean, where would you get it? Isn't it class looking, lads? And the sound of it. That sound is just insane. It's just deadly. Isn't it very good, isn't it? So the Huey has been updated. And she's screaming at me.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Jesus, Mutley! But here we have the Huey. It's very, very nice. It's an absolute cracker of a chopper, isn't it? What a beautiful, beautiful machine this is. Like the cut of it, you know what I mean? The state of that. What a machine, lads. What a machine. So the Huey from Taogs Hangar has been updated. And, well, if you have it, update it. It's very, very nice. Mutley, very good to see you, man. And what's the view like here? Look at them. Hang on a second now. Get ready. Let's get adventurous here now. Yes. Right now. Right now. Yes. That works. That absolutely works. And we'll do a bit of this. Yep. We'll do a bit of this. You know what I'm saying, lads? Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that works. We'll end the stream like that because it looks beautiful. But yeah, do be sure to grab the Huey, lads. If you're into helicopter flying, it's one of the best in the sim, without a shadow of a doubt, lads. I say Epic Fool is flying this the whole time, is he? But anyway, lads, I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning into tonight. We got a good bit covered. We actually did, right? So we're back to you on Friday night at the earlier time of 1800 Zulu. We're doing a fly-in into the Royal International Air Tattoo over at RAF Fairford. So do be sure to join us a little bit earlier because I have to finish a little bit earlier. Junior is going to another disco. Is it better than the Alouette? Ooh. It's every bit as good as the Alouette. And there's way more capability with the Huey. She's a much larger, busier helicopter. But I love the Alouette. I mean, I absolutely love it. He's making a Dove fan as well, so I can't wait. But lads, thank you all so very, very much indeed. We'll catch you on Friday night. To everyone here on YouTube for all the likes, thank you very, very much. To everyone here on Twitch for the follows and all the support that you guys give. It's absolutely incredible. Thank you all so very, very much indeed. We're back to you on Friday. If you're new here, do be sure to check out our Discord channel, !Discord. I'm going to go off and try and figure out why my alerts are broken, and I'll hopefully be able to fix them. So until the next time, from me to you, you take care. Oh no, oh god, oh dear. It's like a friggin' Olympic somersault. What was that, Dwayne? Brilliant. Wait. No Poxem is in the SG30 something thing. Oh no, Nighthawk. I rarely use this word when it comes to flight sim add-ons. I reserve it only for the special kind. But like, there's no point saying anything other than this is shite. It's